Do not worry.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new Do Not Worry stream. I'm your host, Anthony, coming to you live from the heart of Lebanon in the 09. It is 6:14 p.m. on this Monday night right here. Zaytoon Zero member says, Anthony, try opening the show with Shabish Deeds. Fi Harb Zaytoon, I would love to start the episode with some copyrighted music, but we played a lot of copyrighted music a couple episodes ago, and it got slammed by like 4 copyright strikes at the same time, which I feel like when YouTube determines that they can make less revenue off of one of your videos because of some kind of revenue strike, I feel like they promote it less. So I'm not going to risk it today. I'm sorry. Politics, how's it going? Mac Lopez, how's it going? Haley D. Mac Lopez, I already said Mac Lopez. How y'all doing? The Fat Indian. How's it going, Fat Indian? Fat with a PH. Hope you guys are doing good. Today's going to be a pretty relatively chill stream. If we finish early enough, I might try to do a second stream over on Tino's Playroom and continue building my Star Wars mock. Looky here, guys. Look at this. Look at this, folks. We got a clone army to your right. We have a separatist army to the left with a bunch of, like, big separatist spider droids. We got some Jedi Knights in the front. So I'm working on something fun. I'm working on something fun and cool. Okay, yeah, it's cool. Over on Tino's Playroom, my gaming channel, the link is pinned at the bottom of the live chat. You guys can see it right there. I do some video games over there. We're bringing back Dark Souls 2 this week. I'm going to be doing some more Star Wars builds for my mock. Look at this, guys. Look at this. 36 clones. I got 8 more clones. We got 8 more clones, baby. Look at these beautiful little Lego structures. Look at this fun stuff. Yo, Shanna. It's Shanna's birthday, everybody. Everybody wish Shanna9078 a happy birthday in the chat. Shanna, happy birthday. Thanks so much for being a member and supporting the channel in so many different ways. We appreciate you. Honk big hello, hello. سنة حلوة يا جميل سنة حلوة يا جميل سنة حلوة يا شانا سنة حلوة يا جميل سنة حلوة يا جميل. There you go. There's some Arabic happy birthday. It sounds just like all the other happy birthday songs, but in Arabic. سنة حلوة يا جميل means have a beautiful year. Sana, year. Halwa, nice. Have a nice year. Ya Gamil, that means you beauty. Have a beautiful year. You beauty. Beauty. So everybody, go click subscribe on that link at the bottom or at the top of your live stream chat, your live chat, and subscribe to Tino's Playroom. Support your boy as he tries to diversify his content, okay? I mean, every YouTube algorithms are evil. If I try to do anything that is unlike what I normally do on this channel, if I play a video game, if I build some Lego, the algorithm crushes us. So I decided to take it away, not bother you guys, and do it on another channel, okay? So Tino's Playroom. I'm Tino. Everybody keeps asking, who's Tino? It's me. It's my childhood nickname that my family used to call me. So go ahead, subscribe to that channel. Also, let me just take a second to thank our lovely channel members. If you guys look up over here, you will notice that we have a members goal of 600 members. We're currently at 370 members. Thank you. Thanks to all of our awesome, generous viewers who have been subscribing to our memberships, gifting memberships. I owe you guys a members live stream this week. We might have some fun and build some Lego sets together as we just chill. I might do some scanning for some prints. Ya ahla wa sahla. Let me thank some lovely members such as Tamina Sarah, Genova96, Kami Mammy, Megger Maggie, 27, The Whimsical Wanderers, Irene the Dream, Haley D, Joe Fayad, This is Mercedes, Suji makes videos, Kuji makes videos, Starman Wakalaka, Polish Pusher, Sashi. Let me read the full name here. Major General Malaise. Major General Malaise. Chris Foufe. Baby Doll 9136. Private Huff. Ingenious Baboon. Lorelei. Artful Decadence. Brother Bard. Sunflower Dragon. Wonderland Joey. Indy Hansen. SS Kidsy. Zaytoon Zero. Mithy Eve, Andrea Jones, thank you guys so much for being a member. Whether you've been a member for 1 week, and have never paid for a membership, whether you've been a member for 16 months and have been paying for memberships and gifting memberships, we love you. We appreciate you all the same. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this family. And thank you for supporting the show. Make sure that we can keep doing this day after day. Also, to our patrons, you know what you got. You know what you got. If you recently joined Patreon, you've been on there for a few months, you have been waiting for part 2 of Karine's fantasy board review, where she's been reading. Okay, where she read. Okay, there's 80 minutes of this. 80 minutes of this content, folks, where she has read Morning Glory Milking Farm, folks. Morning Glory Milking Farm has been read. It's done. Did I delete the picture off of my computer? I might have. It might finally be gone. End of an era, folks. End of an era. Is it in my recycle bin? It's not in the recycle bin. What did I do with that stuff? Where is it? Is it in Elements? No, it's not here either. Well, folks, I did have a disturbing picture of Morning Glory Milking Farm to show you, but it's no longer on the PC. Look at that. It's your lucky day, folks. It's your lucky day. But you want to listen to Karine talking about reading some strange book where a woman milks minotaurs because they're the secret to life or whatever? Join Patreon. You're welcome. Okay, full 2 hours of content. But where's that video? Like, it was 5 gigs. I couldn't have deleted it. Let's see. Let me search for it real quick. What the fuck is this? Is that the book? I don't want the book version. Did I delete that shit? Okay, I might have deleted it. Damn, man. Wow, that took a minute to fucking download. Also, I'm thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I think I have diabetes. I mean, I hope not. Patrons. The patrons who can now enjoy Morning Glory Milking Farm are on Patreon. Patrons such as superhero patrons like Ezekiel B, Legal and Lipstick, Bader, Rana M, blonde patrons like Bertram Balk, Dana Ahmad, Dopamax, Matt Gearsix, Edmund Pisarek, and abductee patrons like Alia Judge Comics, Eric Skidmore, Villamina, Yip McYib, and Choki. I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. And don't forget to subscribe to Tino's Playroom. And also remember, you don't have to be a member. You don't have to be a patron. You don't have to send in a super chat. You don't have to do any of those things to support the channel. Simply subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment if you're watching the replay, hop in the live chat, say hello. And yeah, subscribe to Tino's Playroom, and we will love and appreciate you for all time. And for all time. One quick sec. Let me just lower the mics over here. Oh, we got a lot of random topics to discuss today. It's kind of all over the map. We're doing a lot of little random stories at the beginning. But we're talking about some Asmongold's ban, Laura Loomer's insane tweets. There's been a settlement at a college after like the pro-Palestine protests. It's kind of insane, honestly. Shmuley in Iceland, his adventure continues. The Icelandic people do not stand Rabbi Shmuley, so more of that. We're going to watch, obviously, Hasan talking to Denims about the lawsuit. And Warner Brothers AI, oopsie, they're promoting their new film, The House at the End of Oak Street or something like that. It's about like a family home that gets like transported to Jurassic times or dinosaur times. And then like there's just dinosaurs and stuff. And they tried to promote the movie using an AI dog podcast, and like everyone's turning on it now online. It's kind of funny, so we're going to talk about that as well. Lots of random little things. Fun little episode. Nice and light. Alrighty, yeah. Let's move in. Let's move in, folks. Artful Decadence, hello. Jesse Jean Short, hello. You did get Morning Glory Eel Pit before GTA 6. It did happen. Quick little update. Remember we talked about God of War, okay, the God of War casting. He's been recast. It's now Dave Bautista that was most likely going to step into the role of Kratos. And this was the original picture that we got of the actor Ryan Hurst as Kratos. So he looked like he was shitting in the woods. Kind of, you know, this half awkward position. But a few days ago, Ryan Hurst, now he currently has a torn bicep, so he's not going to be playing the role anymore, but he did want to share this picture on Instagram, I guess to quell the naysayers who were like, this picture sucked anyway, so he would have been a bad Kratos, and he looked out of shape, whatever. He did share this online, a much better look at himself as the potential Kratos, and I'm not gonna lie, he does look pretty fucking badass over here, guys. He does look pretty badass. So Ryan Hurst has shared a photo of himself partially in makeup as Kratos for the live-action God of War series before he was recast. I think this is a much better picture than this. And this was whoever, genuinely, Rob says, whoever decided to go with this as the first look deserves prison time. I mean, this shit. And again, if you haven't seen it with the full context. Kratos first look, Ryan. I could barely type this. Oh my god, dude. Fist look. What did I write? Fist look. Yeah, look at this picture. Like, compared to this... This is so bad. Like, this is unbelievably bad, man. So this, compared to this is so much more badass. He looks so much more in shape. The beard looks better. But again, look, you can tell that his beard is, like, very long. Like, the hair is coming up from all here down here. Like, Kratos' beard doesn't need to be that long. It needs to be thick. They're mistaking thickness for length, but that's because he doesn't have a beard that's as thick as Kratos because he's not an Arab. He's a white man, so bless him for the beard that he can grow. But it looks a bit thicker in this picture. But yeah, sad that they went with this instead of this. This could have gotten everyone hyped. It could have launched the show on a better note with more positive vibes, and maybe those positive vibes could have influenced Ryan Hurst not to tear his bicep. But the vibes were so shitty because of this photo. You know, I guess he just tore his bicep. Swampy Boy sends a £2 dono and says, thanks for converting me from Asmongold viewer. Did we really do that, Swampy? It took many months. It took many months, Swampy, but is that true? Did the video of him saying that he wouldn't mind shooting kids finally do it? Swampy, I mean, it couldn't have been just me. I'm sure Jim D. Dukers, our boy, played a big role in that. But is it this latest video, Swampy? I'd like to know. That's kind of crazy. If we were able to convert an Asmongold viewer, that's miraculous. That's miraculous. Jesse Jean, yes, Dark Souls 2 is coming back. Dark Souls 2 is coming back this week, most likely. So anyways, just wanted to kind of comment on... I'm glad that Ryan Hurst kind of took it in his own hands and was like, listen, you're not going to make me look like this forever. This will not be my legacy as the character. No one is going to get to see my portrayal. I got injured on set. We filmed 4 episodes and it's gone, but at least let me get some kind of W out of this whole thing. Let me put out a picture that actually represents what I want it to look like as the character. And I think this is kind of a redeeming. This is a redeeming photo. You know, it makes me sad that he's not going to be Kratos. I'm still concerned about Dave Bautista playing Kratos, but anyways. I know most of you guys don't care about this topic, and I keep harping on it, on and on. You still watch Mr. Klein, huh? Swampy. Damn you, Swampy! Okay, Laura Loomer. This is fucking insane. Okay, so Sneeko shared this picture. I mean, pretty fucking graphic, pretty terrifying, let's be real. It says, this is Laura Loomer. It looks like a creature off of the set of The Last of Us or something. It says, this is Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer then quote tweets this tweet and says probably the most insane, unhinged thing I've ever seen on Twitter. And I mean Twitter. For this to be the most unhinged, most insane thing on Twitter, you know it must be pretty fucking sick and insane. Laura Loomer says, this looks more like the aftermath of a successful IDF mission in Gaza. But what do I know? And she even tags the IDF, so she gets a little pat on the back, a little sticker on the forehead. The sad part is that it's true. What she's saying is true. This does look like the aftermath of an IDF strike in Gaza, because that's their goal. Their goal is to maim, butcher, chop up, you know, hack away at kids, at innocent people. A lot of the videos that we've all seen on Instagram have the most gruesome footage. Decapitated kids, dismembered children, disturbing footage. And that is by design. That is what the Israelis want to do. They want to inflict as much pain, and they want to send a message to the rest of the world that we will do this to you one day. This violence is coming to you one day, and they're testing out their most brutal weapons in Gaza. It's like a testing ground for weird little rockets, weird everything, all sorts of weaponry, all sorts of missiles. missiles with knives that stick out and start spinning, so that as the missile is tearing through a building and a house, it's also chopping up whatever civilian is standing in its way. It's disgusting. It's sick. And this is the most mask off post I think that I've seen, but this is some kind of indescribable evil as well. This is some kind of Holanto says it's true, but it's still weird to say. Oh, it's very weird to say. I'm saying the fact that it's like, it's sad that it's true, but like, this is the weirdest, most disgusting mask off evil thing to ever say. And the fact that she realizes that, like, this is what it looks like when the IDF attacks people. That's what they like. They like that it's brutal. Zionists, pro-IDF individuals like that that's what they're doing to Palestinians, because they're also severely anti-Arab and anti-Muslim. And Laura Loomer has been on a roll of insanely anti-Islam, Islamophobic tweets. Like, let's just go to her Twitter real quick and just scroll down. Okay, Politico wrote about Tucker Carlson and his new third party today. Basically, just imagine a rich trust fund kid. So already, Carlson, Champagne socialist Hasan Piker, who is the face of the Democratic Party, is now mocking working Americans as broke. I thought Democrats said Republicans were the elitists. Blah, blah, blah. Someone drew a swastika on Congressman Randy Fine's yard sign. Dan Bilzerian, an open neo-Nazi and alleged Muslim, is running against Congressman Fine. Dan Bilzerian is running for office? Are you shitting me? What a horrible poster boy for the stuff. He's such a horrible communicator, man. Because he's a genuine, like, anti-Semite. Don't expect Bilzerian to condemn this. He openly campaigns with Nazi rhetoric. The NRCC should be more outspoken. But yeah, I've always told you guys, one of my biggest pet peeves in America is how Americans, white people in particular, kiss their kids on the lips. They do this thing. White people do this thing where they're pecking their kids on the lips, smacking them right on the mouth. I find that disturbing. And some families like do it as they age. Like the kids are older. Sometimes it's like adults, like adults kissing their parents on the lips. I just find that highly disturbing, folks. And as a white person, it is your duty to... I will assume that every white person does this. I assume that every white person kisses their parents on the lips or kisses their children on the lips. So it is on you to make it clear to me when I meet you that I don't do that, by the way. You got to tell me, like, hey, hello, I'm a white American. By the way, we don't do no mouth kissing in our family. The onus is on you to prove yourselves innocent from this weird fucking thing that y'all do. I'm sorry. It is weird. But also... So that's the one weird thing about white people. Families kissing each other on the lips, and also loving it when dogs lick your mouths. That's so weird, man. Dogs are out there licking the floor, licking their balls, licking their asshole, licking their shit, licking everything in sight. Then they just come and start licking people's faces. They just start licking people's mouths, and like people are like, oh, he's kissing me. They let the dog kiss him. Look at Laura Loomer. Look at this.
Like this, but dogs, because they're so haram. I would not let a migrant kiss my face like this, but I would let my dog put her tongue in my mouth. So,
dude, is this like a filter, or this is... I can never tell what she actually looks like because there's been so many memes and stuff. This is her actual face, isn't it? This is like frightening. Like, she should play the next Joker. Just hire her as the Joker. Put minimal makeup on her. She doesn't need it. The Last Kill. Or what was it called? Joker's Last Kill. The Last Kill, right? Just fucking adapt it with her. I wouldn't let a migrant touch me, but I would let my dog lick me after he licks his asshole.
But dogs, because they're so haram. I would not let a migrant kiss my face like this, but I would let my dog put her tongue in my mouth. So.
Wow. Jesus Christ! Look at that head. Oh my! Are you shitting me, dude? That's what she looks like, and she's out there making fun of people in public. You wish the IDF did to you what they're doing to Palestinians. Maybe then your face would have hope. Holy shit. Oh my God. This is genuinely... Oh, wow. B-ball. Perfect comparison. She looks like a purge mask. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a comparison. Holy shit, you motherfucker. B-ball, my god. This one right here, too. Like, this is the one. Purge 1 shit. Yes. Oh my god, man. Pure Purge mask. Where's that video?
Like this, but...
Oh my god, man.
Wow.
Terrifying. Terrifying shit.
Like this, but... dogs, because they're so haram. I would not let them...
It's so haram. Muslims don't let dogs in their home. It's so haram. So here she's talking about, that's her own Twitter. So yeah, she's making fun of Palestinian victims of the IDF, letting her dog lick her in the face. So we have Representative Nancy Mace also making some insane tweets. Says, every single Muslim holding public office in America is a Trojan horse and a threat to both national security and our republic. We refuse to be silent. So every single Muslim holding public office in America is a Trojan horse and a threat to both national security and our republic. We refuse to be silent. Laura Loomer, Muslim. Let me just find one of her some more of her tweets talking about Muslims. Okay, innocent, your Islamic propaganda. So Sneeko says you're ugly. Laura Loomer, I like it when innocent people die. Innocent, your Islamic propaganda of telling people that people in Gaza are innocent might work on the type of person who votes for third world Muslim communists to ruin their state, but it won't work on me. Nobody in Gaza is innocent. To be honest, these people have given me major fatigue. I don't like them. I don't care about them, and I'm tired of hearing about them. Does that make sense? I have Islam fatigue. I just don't care about these people and their terrorist causes. Gaza is an open-air terrorist breeding camp. People really shouldn't dish it out if they can't take it back. God, she's so fucking stupid. So it's like comically evil though. Like, it's hard to take it seriously. Crazy, bro. As I've been saying for years, Muslims need to be treated like enemy combatants. When you have a group of people who call for the police and ICE to be abolished, you have to ask why. The answer is because they want their terrorist allies to stay in our country and harm Americans. Allowing them to hold office in America will prove to be a reason why America falls someday. It's best for people to develop a zero-tolerance policy for the anti-American behavior, or else we won't have a country. Makes you wonder how long this is going to go on for. And that's by quote tweeting Nancy Mace, who had said every single Muslim holding public office in America is a Trojan horse and a threat to both national security and our republic. We refuse to be silent. All this modern anti-Muslim sentiment, hating on Zohran Mamdani, hating on Abdul al-Sayed, Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire movie, all of this, they're trying to refan the flames of 2001, 2002, 2003 Islamophobia, anti-Arab, anti-Islam sentiment. I guess they're so desperate for the war in Iran to get a more positive spin. They're so desperate to try and paint Islam as the enemy of the world and the enemy of America to justify the U.S. funding Israel's never-ending fucking genocide and of Palestinians and ethnic cleansing in Lebanon. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. And they're losing so much ground. The Republicans are losing ground. So they're like, what do we do? Let's just attack Islam. We got to call everybody a Muslim terrorist or a communist. So they're going back to literally like the fucking 50s and 60s type shit. Like they're McCarthy era. He's a communist. He's a Muslim terrorist. Like they've got nothing. They've got no leg to stand on. They're desperately now. You can see some Republicans on Twitter trying to make things about affordability. We gotta parrot the Democrats and the leftists and talk about affordability. And then you have other Republicans be like, just buy some fucking $2, $3 tacos and shut up. Stop complaining. Like I saw Matt Walsh, out of all fucking people, arguing with other Republicans that we need to talk about affordability. They're too busy talking about terrorism and fucking communism, apparently. Those are the problems that are, like, while America is being robbed blind by the Epstein class, while they're spending billions and trillions of dollars on foreign wars, funding Israel's genocide and ethnic cleansings, bombing Iran for no fucking reason. You know, they're not taking care of inflation. They haven't arrested any of the Epstein-class pedophiles. They haven't stopped any wars. They've been starting new wars. How do you distract people? Look, the Muslims, they're coming to get you. Look, the communists, they're making a comeback. Insane, insane, dude. The collapse of America is nigh. And this insane tweet as well. Laura Loomer says, one of these days, Hasan Piker is going to talk shit to the wrong person, and then I'm going to make that person a give, send, go. So I had to Google what give, send, go means. Apparently, give, send, go is the Christian alternative to GoFundMe. That's basically what you use to raise money for a racist who was fired from their job for saying the N-word. That's what it happens. Anytime a racist in America says the N-word and loses their job because they said the N-word, people then make them a give, send, go, so you can send them money so they can, you know, get their life back on track. So that you don't use GoFundMe to save right-wingers. You send a give, send, go. So what she's saying essentially is one day Hasan Piker is going to talk shit to someone. They're going to shoot him. They're going to kill Hasan Piker, and then she's going to have to start a give, send, go, aka GoFundMe, to the shooter who took care of the Hasan Piker problem for her. Isn't that an unhinged fucking tweet for someone like that to put out? Isn't that crazy? Or am I crazy? Straight up investigative journalist making death threats on Twitter. Nuts, bro. Crazy. One of these days, the Hasan Piker is going to talk shit to the wrong person, then that's going to be a good guy with a gun. That good guy with a gun is going to make me have to start them a give, send, go. A give, send, go. It's sticking to the anti-Hasan hate. CNN panelists are now suggesting that El Sayed campaigning with Hasan Piker is potentially worse and more depraved than the president having dinner with Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, an open anti-Semite, an open misogynist, open racist, open everything, open white supremacist.
I'd say that the populist MAGA message has resonated with plenty of people, and for much the same reason, I think some of the DSA-style, communist-style, not communist, that's unfair, but DSA-style rhetoric has resonated with plenty of people as well. But I do think just go...
This motherfucker, even Democrats, dude, even liberals... These liberal Zionists are getting on CNN and also making the communist talking points. Like, this is where Republicans and Democrats are now holding hands. People like Ethan Klein, people like David Pakman are now being like, you're too left, you're too extreme for us. You're kidnapping the Democratic Party. You're trying to colonize the Democratic Party. There's no room for us moderates. We're moderates. We like gay people. We also like genocide. We like equal rights. We also like religious ethno-states. Is it so hard to see? Why can't we be part of these extreme leftists? They think we're not extreme enough. They think we're not leftist enough. All we do is support the state of Israel and their right to exist by any means necessary. What's so wrong with that?
Going back for a brief minute, I'd say that the populist MAGA message has resonated with plenty of people, and for much the same reason, I think some of the DSA-style, communist-style, not communist, that's unfair, but DSA-style rhetoric has resonated with plenty of people as well. But I do think just going back...
It's a nice little stepping stone. You start as a DSA member, then you become a communist. Again, they're trying to use the word communist like it's the new terrorist or whatever.
Briefly, not all the way in. I'm sorry, Abby, but briefly, I mean, man, you weren't so much defending the candidate. You were doing this thing that we'd become accustomed to calling whataboutism. I thought the president had these bad affiliations. It does seem totally appropriate to address El Sayed's politics and proposals, but also to address his affiliations. And the affiliation with Hasan Piker is one that strikes me as particularly odd. Nick Fuentes is someone who is a vile, awful character in our politics, but he's also not someone who I've seen any prominent Republican aspirant or elected official like palling around with regularly. There was that conversation about Donald Trump having lunch with him.
Yeah, that was
Kanye,
what are you talking about?
Kanye brought him to the dinner.
Comparing Hasan Piker to Nick Fuentes is kind of insane. I mean, the amount of racist clips that are of Nick Fuentes, whether he's talking about black people, Arabs, Muslims, women, insane. And then doesn't JD Vance like also kind of watch Nick Fuentes, or JD Vance watches Asmongold, but Asmongold loves Nick Fuentes.
And for the most part, but honestly, for the most part, you've only heard prominent Republicans repudiating him. I do think the permission structure on the left gives me some concern. Well, no, what I want to put on the table.
I think I think people like CNN are going so hard on the Hasan Piker thing is because the people that still watch CNN, old people don't know who Hasan Piker is, right? They know the shit won't work with young people. This shit doesn't work with millennials and younger, because we know who Hasan Piker is. Of course, there are people who hate Hasan Piker. It doesn't matter the age. But like when they keep talking about this Hasan Piker figure to people who have no idea who the fuck he is, except for what CNN says about him, people who watch cable news, I guess they could try to paint him as an evil figure. But like, why would they care? Why would an old person watching this who doesn't know who Hasan Piker is like, I don't know who Hasan Piker is. Why do they keep talking about him? Well, I guess if they keep talking about him, means he must be pretty bad. Like, that's the only reasoning I can have for this anymore in my head. Like, they think that if they keep talking about Hasan Piker to an audience that doesn't know who Hasan Piker is, they can create this really negative association and paint Hasan Piker as this evil person because people don't know. They haven't consumed any of Hasan's content, you know what I mean? Because all they watch is cable news. Because who's consuming this and who's listening to this random fucking dude on a CNN panel, and who's going to listen to him about, like, Hasan? There's so much content about Hasan Piker on every single social media platform that we use. If you have an opinion about Hasan, if you know who Hasan Piker is already, you have an opinion on Hasan Piker because you've seen enough. The fact that these people keep talking about him, I'm pretty sure they're just desperately trying to create this boogeyman from Hasan Piker so that they can try to use him as to their advantage to disqualify people that they don't like in politics. Well, he's associated with Hasan Piker, so automatic disqualification. Like, because Hasan Piker has said X and Y, if this person even goes on Hasan's stream for an interview, that means he agrees with Hasan's most extreme statements. That means that person is disqualified. They're too extreme. They're bad for the movement. Whatever. It's just so sad that, like, literally Republicans and Democrats are now playing the same. Look, they're communists. They're coming after us. Literally, you have Democrats holding hands, joining forces with the Republicans, which is what we're seeing happen with Ethan Klein, David Pakman, all of these middle-of-the-road fucking freaks.
I want to put on the table is that we are engaging in this pretty foul calculus of trying to figure out who is actually worse, because our politics and the culture surrounding it are so depraved. But there is a real question about whether or not that depravity is being tolerated in ways that should concern us.
Nogzalato, who's been a member for 17 months, sends a super message. Thanks so much, Nogzalato, for the 17-month support. That means so much. Says the Deep Program Pod has been making some bad takes supporting the DSA and Mamdani. In their recent episode, they were raging at their audience for the flag. Deep Program Pod, which is this one again? You guys have mentioned it before. Is it the British one? The program with Ted Rall and Jarmal Thomas. DSA are poised to win Democratic nomination. I don't think I've watched this. No, I've never watched the program pod. Raging at their audience, son, that's never a good idea. At least in my opinion. What up, Chris? What up, Chris? So yeah, comparing Hasan to Nick Fuentes. Interesting. Speaking of Abdul Sayyid and all that, there is an old one of his older tweets that's kind of going viral again. From 2023, October 18th, 2023, and the person he was replying to, you can't see the original tweet, but this is what Abdul Sayyid said. I agree that Hamas is a terrible hindrance to peace. I have never denied that, but this is like a bacterial infection and immunodeficiency. Hamas is a bacteria, but Israel's policy is the immunodeficiency. Both are dangerous. They make each other worse. Now, again, look, I know you're going to find a tweet like this for every American politician, no matter how leftist they say they are. If you want to run in America, you want to be a politician, you want to get elected to Senate, to Congress, whatever it is, you have to condemn Hamas. They are never going to elect, at least not yet. At least not yet. If anyone in U.S. politics says, I condemn Hamas, now I don't know what Abdul Sayyid feels deep down. This might be what he feels like, this might not be. But what I always assume is that every time an American politician, no matter how left they claim to be, DSA, not DSA, a socialist, communist, whatever they are, they kind of have to condemn Hamas on some level. Because if they don't, I don't think you can overcome that in American politics. If you say you support Hamas in any way, shape, or form, if you refuse to call Hamas or at least October the 7th a terrorist attack, you're going to be labeled as a terrorist supporter. And I think that's insurmountable maybe in today's politics. At least now. Maybe in a few more years, you might be able to openly be like, I think you might be able to openly be like, you know what, Hamas is a resistance force, and I can't really blame anything that they do because of the conditions that they're living under. I would love to see someone just say that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, Hamas can do some unsavory things, but like, what do you expect? There is a resistance force living under occupation, living under tyranny. They're being killed. They're being murdered. Are you going to blame them, or are you going to blame the occupier, the murderer, the killer, the source of that anger? Hamas wouldn't exist if it weren't for Israel. I think it's just too soon. So like, I'm not gonna be like, oh look, this is all the proof you need that he's a Zionist or he's pro-Israel or whatever. Everyone's gonna say this, man. Everyone's gonna say this. They have to. Yes, I agree. What happened on October the 7th was horrible and it was bad, but you have to. They're all going to say that to some degree. You can't get away from it yet. Give it a few years. Hala, it's political suicide, I feel, to come out and be like, I support Hamas. You know what I mean? Look at Hasan says that on his stream and they won't shut up about it. I feel like they can't. Chris says Anthony never raged at his audience, always nice to us. Cough. I am always nice, aren't I? I've raged a couple times. Vonnegut says bad empanada. He's doing the same thing, all of his content now, and so actually Americans are bad for supporting Abdul Sayed and Mamdani. I guess he just wants us to scold these movements and tell them they're insufficiently leftist, and then I guess vote for some magical socialist third party that doesn't exist. Yeah, I feel like being extreme and being like, well, they're all pro-Israel and they're all Zionists. I don't think that's helping either. You got to vote for the best options that you have, at least if they can help make some policy on the ground a little bit better. But you got to keep pushing. I think there's people that are just like, well, look, Khalas Abdul Sayed has been, won his primary, or Mamdani is mayor. Our work is done. It's like, no, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep fighting. But voting sometimes does feel useless and dumb. Like, it's just, the whole thing fucking sucks because you see people getting elected and you see what's happening in the world. But I think, yeah, constantly yelling at people and telling them they're not leftist enough is going to be a problem. And I don't want to sound like David Pakman or like Ethan Klein, because that's what they're basically saying, right? Like, well, you'll never be pure enough. You'll never be leftist enough. So what do you want? You shouldn't be that extreme either. But there are some people trying to do some good within the system. Okay, now should there be third parties? Yes, there should be a fucking third party. Get to it, Americans. Create your third party. Stop. Why are you stuck in a two-party system? Can't you guys make it happen? Can't you make a difference? Chris, I'll never forget when I was yelling at you guys for giving me bad instructions, Chris. It had another tweet open. Was this not opening? And Hillary Clinton, folks, speaking of Dr. Abdul El Sayed, Hillary Clinton made a little comeback. Didn't you miss your girl? Hillary Clinton re-emerging from obscurity to amplify and validate GOP talking points against populist Democrats as America heads into the general election against Trump's party. What an incredibly on-brand commitment to the bit. She says, Hillary Clinton warns Democrats that GOP's anti-communist platform will be very effective attack. There we go. Well, especially when you guys make it too. Let's listen to her say it.
For Haley, you're not going to convince Republican voters in Michigan, and the real fight will be how do we make sure that people who voted for Haley feel comfortable voting for Abdul El Sayed, and how do we get independents to feel comfortable? And you can see that it's not just about Michigan, but the Republican.
The way she says comfortable, like what? Why would they not be comfortable? What about Abdul El Sayed makes someone uncomfortable? Is it his religion? He's not even that much to the left. He wants Medicare for all, and he wants to cut like funding to Israelis. What makes him that much of an extreme? What makes people uncomfortable to vote for him? He doesn't support a genocidal ethno-state? People might be uncomfortable. Good old centrists, good old regular Americans. They like their genocide. They like it with a side of ice cream.
Republican messaging is communist, socialist. It's going to be a very effective attack. And so people on the left have to be prepared to answer that and to be effective at answering it.
Do you think communist is an effective attack in 2026?
Well, all I know is that's the attack that Trump is leading with, and I assume they've tested it, and I assume that they have reason to believe that it's effective, or they wouldn't be beating the drum.
I assume they've tested it, and I assume it's effective. The voting bloc is getting younger and younger. You think young people give a shit about communism? The way you think to young people, to younger generations, millennials, Gen Z, the word communist holds any fucking weight at all? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. He's a communist. Most people don't even know what a communist means. Most young people don't even know what a communist actually is. They have like whatever caricatured idea from like movies and media of what a communist is.
On it, because now it's not just him. Vance has done it. Others are doing it. They are trying to...
And she's giving so much credit to the Trump team? Well, if Trump's team tested it, that means it must be successful. With who? You really trust anything that the Trump campaign will do? Trump, who comes out with like new insults for people on the fly based on like his gut, and if his joke got cheers from the audience?
I assume that they have reason to believe that it's effective, or they wouldn't be beating the drum on it, because now it's not just him. Vance has done it. Others are doing it.
I mean, if JD Vance has done it too, then shit, it's over.
They are trying to, bring back scare tactics about our candidates. And, it didn't work in New York. Mamdani was elected, and there was a lot of money spent against him. When you have an effective...
She sounds so upset that he was elected, dude.
It didn't work in New York. Mamdani was elected, and there was a lot of money spent against him. When you have an effective candidate on the left, it still is going to be a close race on our side.
Oh, God damn it, dude. We can't get rid of this woman fast enough, right? Just leave. Just disappear, Hillary. No one wants you around. You've run for president. No one wanted you. Just get away, man. Just take the fucking hint. You lost to Trump. How embarrassing. Okay, let's talk about Asmongold real quick. Asmongold, who was finally banned on Twitch for like a couple of weeks, which is insane to me. Getting banned for 2 weeks for saying the most vile shit on the planet, for saying that young kids should be shot. Immigrant kids that are trying to cross the border should be shot and killed along with their parents. Insane shit. Insane, insane, insane. And here is Asmongold. So he got a 2-week ban, apparently. Temporary ban on Twitch, which I can't believe that's temporary. Let's see his apology. Let's see what he's learned. Let's see if he takes back what he said.
Unfortunately, something that has nothing to do with Twitch at all actually took precedence over this, and that's why I haven't really made any comments or said anything on anywhere about any of this. I got suspended for 2 weeks. I'll probably try to appeal it, see if I can get it down to a week. We don't really know. If not, maybe...
So he'll try to appeal it. So he doesn't even think that the ban is valid because like he wants to appeal it. Now, I want to appeal that shit. I don't agree with the ban. You only appeal something if you think someone made a mistake, someone misjudged you, misjudged what you said, there was a misunderstanding. I think it's pretty clear. You made a pretty clear call to violence, saying that you wish that border police, border patrol, or basically anyone in like Spain would shoot the foreign invaders, even if they were kids, to stop them from coming into their country. And you said that that would be for the benefit of kids in the long run.
Maybe I'll stream on Kick or something. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. I'm not really sure. I haven't decided yet. So about 3 or 4 days ago, because the day that I got suspended, I actually didn't even go live. Now, why is that? Well, it's because the day before that, I had a health symptom that was identical to my dad's health symptom before he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Damn, that's rough. That is some sad news. If Asmongold were to get sick, folks, that would be such a shame and such a massive loss for the world. And I wonder, I mean, his lifestyle, obviously his lifestyle would have nothing to do with it, right? His diet, the way he lives, that's not going to make him sick, is it? But I mean, what a massive loss to the world if this man, if this philosopher were to succumb to some kind of illness. It would be very sad, folks. It would be very, very sad.
Really upset. I was freaking out. I'm fucking petrified. I am like panicked. I'm looking things up online. I'm messaging people. I eventually go to the emergency room and I go through all of this. And I finally go to the emergency room after talking to one doctor. And I
also think this could all just be a lie and he's just trying to like farm some sympathy because he knows he might have gone a little bit too far. He might have even turned off some of his Republican viewers, right-wing nutty fucking viewers. They might have been like, you know what, dude? Killing children, like maybe that's a bit too much. I'm sure a lot of his audience loved it. Yeah, fuck yeah, base, bro. but I'm sure he turned off some of his fans. So he's like, you know what? I got to garner some sympathy. I think I overdid it with the killing children. So let me talk about a potential cancer scare and farm some sympathy, farm some pity.
They looked at everything. They, basically said, calm down, retard. It's okay. And, I'm okay. I'm okay, especially this morning. These symptoms have totally gone away. If you want me to be honest, like just completely, like 100%, like just transparent, I'm still worried. I am. I'm 36 years old. I have had really no health problems ever in my entire life other than my teeth. I just had a feeling.
Yeah, bro, they're coming. Your health problems are coming. They come in fast and they come in furious. Don't forget the diet that you have. And also, like, your teeth are a health symptom, but like everything about you is a symptom. Your hair, the way it looks, the way you look, that is all a symptom of what you eat, what you consume, how you do, how you treat yourself, your hygiene levels, everything. So your teeth are all fucked. Who knows if Asmongold actually like took care of himself, took care of his scalp, he might not look the way he does right now. And I'm not saying bald people don't take care of themselves. I'm talking about Asmongold's case in particular. Plus, I mean, it is 2026. There are many ways to prevent balding or to at least delay balding as much as possible.
That I was getting suspended, right? I just had a feeling, and I looked and I got suspended, and I was like, this is the first time I got the computer. I'm like, well, how long is it? I said 14 days. I said, thank God. I wasn't really even stressed out or upset about it. I'm still really not. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, Twitch is fucking retarded. You know, like, that's pretty much the reason why I didn't make any comments about it.
Yeah, of course he doesn't mind. The guy's a multimillionaire as well, so he can afford to take a week off, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks a month, a whole year off. The dude makes bank on Twitch, so a ban for him, a 2-week ban, isn't going to affect him all that much. He's got money saved up. I mean, you know, good for him. The way he's made that money is pretty fucked up. Spreading hate and Islamophobia and racism on his show. But the guy can afford to be banned for a couple of weeks. He doesn't give a shit. Back when the Arabs were banned for 1 full fucking month, a full month ban from Twitch for making a Habibi tier list. Now that's fucking batshit crazy.
Was just so preoccupied.
And none of them were multimillionaires. None of them could technically afford to get that time off of Twitter, off of Twitch. So that was pretty fucked up.
You know, like, I just didn't really even give a fuck about Twitch, right? I mean, it's funny how, you know, you can have something that's like, you know, one of the biggest parts of your life, which is like my stream, and then like something else can happen, and it's like the other thing just doesn't even exist anymore, right? It's been very editorialized on the on Twitter and everything like this. 40 to 60,000, obviously, just by the nature of this, it's not really verified how many. Random migrants just all came over in about basically 1 day's time into this small city. Now, this has, in my opinion, like in any other point in history, this would be viewed as a military invasion because, of course, the overwhelming majority of these people are military-age men. And so what I said is that I think that if you have that many people pouring over your border and you just can't deal with it all, like you can look at the footage of this and it literally looks like it's World War Z. It looks like a battlefield, right? It's like a hell on earth type situation. There's trash everywhere and everything. I think I'm straight up. I think you should shoot these people, right? I mean, like, I believe that. I do. I mean, this is a violent military invasion into a city, and after they got into the city, obviously these people were smashing out windows.
He's still trying to justify shooting the kids. Were the kids doing the violent military takeover, Asmongold?
They were obviously, you know, breaking into stores, stealing things out of stores. The city is being terrorized by a mass invasion of military-age migrants that have come over for, you know, various different reasons. And people are saying that you couldn't do that because, well, there might be kids in the crowd. And my response to that is that you should shoot them anyway. You should do this anyway. And it doesn't matter really what the collateral damage is. You should defend your borders, especially when you're being invaded. So this never really was a conversation about, like, you know, baseline immigration enforcement. It was never about, like, you know, using kids or anything like that. What these people will do is that they will bring kids.
So again, here he is doubling down, basically making a mockery out of this fucking Twitch ban. Like, if Twitch bans him for something, then he doubles down on that thing that Twitch banned him for. You're making a mockery out of the whole fucking platform. Like, Twitch should absolutely take this fucking seriously. He's gonna go right back to saying this shit.
For reasons. And people are saying that you couldn't do that because, well, there might be kids in the crowd. And my response to that is that you should shoot them anyway. You should do this anyway. And it doesn't matter really what the collateral damage is. You should defend your borders, especially when you're being invaded.
It doesn't matter what the collateral damage is. You should defend your borders. So he's saying just murder kids. It's just collateral damage. Dead kids to these people are collateral damage. But again, what else do you expect from a Zionist? What else do you expect from a pro-Israel, Israel-loving motherfucker? Killing kids. It's second nature to them. Someone says, I hate how thin his nose is. Yeah, hand of crumb. That is a very narrow nose, honestly.
So this never really was a conversation about, like, baseline immigration enforcement. It was never about, like, using kids or anything like that. What these people will do is that they will bring kids with them, and they will use these kids as effectively human shields in order to invade the country and then take advantage of the people in the country, and then use the city as a way to get into mainland Spain and then disperse themselves all over Europe. I don't think that any country has an obligation to take in migrants. I don't think any country has an obligation to let people invade their borders. And I think that...
What does this have to do with shooting kids? No one's telling you to let migrants overtake someone's country. No one's telling you to bring a boat full of people and have 1,000 people swarm a beach and be taken into the country. No one's talking about these extreme cases right now. Again, this was all orchestrated by Israel. I know liberal Zionists are trying to deny that, even though there's so much evidence pointing towards it. And all of the comments, all of the tweets by top senior Israeli officials.
At the capacity that was happening with Cuba, I do think that you should use lethal military force to repel a literal fucking invasion. The usage of people like this as human shields is a war crime in itself.
So he thinks that by calling it an invasion, he can sidestep the Twitch TOS and just say, yeah, you can kill him. It's an invasion. As long as it's an invasion, you can kill. I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about invaders. Just by switching one word, immigrant suddenly is an invader. Shoot him and kill him. And that's what the government does. They use language in a very specific way to either dehumanize people or to make violent situations seem less violent. We neutralized the target. Target was neutralized instead of killed, murdered. Neutralized.
I don't think that they really care about these kids. They don't give a shit about them. Like, these are the people, they'll bring kids to an ICE protest. Why would you bring a kid to a protest where there's rioting?
You're right, shoot him. They shouldn't have brought that kid to the ICE protest and kill him.
And there's flashbang grenades and tear gas being set off. And the truth is, and there is a reason for it, the reason why they do that is because they want to use these kids and the harm that these kids will inevitably go through because of collateral damage, and they want to use this as a political tool so they can advance their agenda. These people they're sick. It's not a very polite thing to say. This isn't something that you'd read on a bumper sticker. But I think this is the nature of the world, and it's the nature of the reality that we live in. I think that there are definitely criticisms people have of me that are valid, where, like, I probably do dial it up a little bit too much, and maybe I could use different rhetoric, etc. But I want to let you know that I apologize for nothing. I meant exactly what I said, and I think that these borders should be defended with lethal force whenever it's being invaded by 40 to 60,000 people at the same time. I don't think that I said anything wrong. I think that a lot of people actually would agree with.
He's fucking doubling down, dude. I apologize for nothing. If Twitch unbanned him after 2 weeks, fuck that platform. Fuck that platform, bro. Genuinely.
That are valid, where, like, I probably do dial it up a little bit too much, and maybe I could use different rhetoric, etc. But I want to let you know that I apologize for nothing. I meant exactly what I said, and I think that these borders should be defended with lethal force whenever it's being invaded by 40 to 60,000 people at the same time. I don't think that I said anything wrong. I think that a lot of people actually would agree with me, and so I apologize for absolutely nothing. I said it in a very abrasive way, and I'm going to continue communicating that way. It's how I was raised, and I'm not sorry. I understand.
It's how I was raised. Again, I was right when I said his dad seemed like a nice guy, but he fucked up when he raised him. His parents fucked up. His parents failed miserably at raising a son. Miserably failed. He's dirty, disgusting, has horrible morals, wants to shoot kids, supports genocidal states. How was it what I said was controversial? That his parents failed at raising him. The fact that they've passed away makes no difference. They raised a horrible fucking son. They raised I was going to say violent, but he can't commit any violence. He can just speak violent. But the guy is too weak to actually enforce the violence onto anyone. But what a horrible child. What a horrible human being. Like, what a horrible legacy to leave on this earth is Asmongold. Everything you learn in your life, you create another human being to pass it down on, and you hope that this human being is going to carry your legacy forward as a human being. And you create this. You create a fucking monster. That is the legacy of your parents, man. You are their legacy. You disgusting human being who wishes death upon children, who calls other cultures inferior to yours, therefore they deserve to be genocided. Look at you, man. Fucking Gollum-ass looking motherfucker. Disgusting. Disgusting. And the fact that I have to look at this fucking face to react to your fucking bullshit. But I double down. You want to double down on this shit? I double down on the thing that got you angry at me in the first place. Your parents fucking failed, man. Having you was such a fucking mistake, and what a failed experiment that was. And what a legacy. What a horrible, fucking, disgusting legacy they leave behind. You represent your parents now. Everything they stood for, everything they believed, survives in you. You are the representation of them. And by God, dude, you are fucking disgusting.
And sometimes I use abrasive language. Sometimes I communicate in a way that's a little bit, harsh. And, people can say I'm mean. They can say I'm evil. They can say everything, but they're not.
You're just a product of what your parents made, man. You're a product of your family. You're a product of your family.
Saying I'm wrong. I'm not sorry. It's probably not going to it's probably not going to stop. I might try to I'm going to try to obviously tone it down a little bit because I don't want to get suspended all the time, right? Contrary to popular belief, it's great to have a vacation, but I don't want to have them all the time. I'll probably file an appeal in a day or so. Hopefully I can get unsuspended earlier. I don't really know. I'll probably, I can try to I wish I could just talk to them. It's really funny. So Twitch emails me and they say yeah, you had an accidental content violation because you accidentally showed something on your stream you shouldn't have showed. And they sent me an email for this. So I said, I respond back. I'm like, oh yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And so then I get suspended for 2 weeks. No email. I don't have any email. So this is the funniest thing, by the way. I actually don't even know this is why I got banned. Twitch has never communicated to me what the thing is that I did wrong that got me banned. I'm just guessing it's probably the thing that everybody was mad about, right? So
look, Twitch is such an ass-backwards platform. I have to say, Twitch is so bad at enforcing these bans. They ban people fucking randomly. They're so inconsistent for when people are banned and for what. This person gets banned forever for driving while eating a chicken nugget, and then this person gets a 1-week suspension for saying that kids should be murdered at the border. I don't know what to make of that fucking platform.
I don't know. Maybe it's actually some other random clip that had nothing to do with this. But, that's generally what my thinking on it is. Will I be back? Yeah, sure, I'll be back. It's been nice to have a little bit of a vacation. I've been stressed out about other, life stuff. I feel like I'm in kind of a position in my life.
Alistair Russell says it's unfortunate because his dad seemed like an alright guy. He was a Hasan Abihead. I keep hearing it was a Hasan Abihead. What good did that do? So much for that. Look at this. Look at this. It's just disgusting. Horrible family. Just from everything, dude. Just this is all the impression I have of his parents is as I'm getting it from him. You know what I mean? So when I see this person, I'm going to assume that his parents are kind of like him. I'm going to assume that he took something from his parents. He inherited something from them. So I'm not giving his parents the benefit of the doubt at all. It's just a horrendous family.
Life now where it's what am I doing with my life? Where do I want to be in 5 or 10 years, right? It's kind of midlife crisis type stuff I'm dealing with. I don't talk about this a lot on screen because it's stupid, boring, but I have been going through my own personal issues as well, especially right after losing both my parents, and I'm living here by myself, and, it gives you a lot of questions for, what to do in life. And so that's really kind of why I haven't immediately responded. It had nothing to do really with Twitch at all. I was worried about something that was a lot more important.
Oh my God. Disgusting. Hand of Crom says Asmongold is audience captured. If he changed for the better, he would lose them. Oh, of course. Everything he says is just to appease his audience. He's looking at his chat half the time he's streaming, and based on what they're saying, he molds what he's saying. He molds what his opinions after what his chat is saying. So truly nasty, truly despicable. Hasan responds and says Asmongold's response to being banned for advocating to murder migrant children was to double down and then talk about other kinds of children that should be also murdered. I'm not even joking. Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy. Also, Elon Musk tweets the ban. Amuse says censorship. Hassan Piker once called for the destruction of whites in America. Meanwhile, Asmongold was banned from Twitch for simply expressing that he didn't have sympathy for the Islamic migrants storming Spain's borders. Yeah, him saying that the children should be shot and killed is not the same as he didn't have sympathy for the Islamic migrants storming Spain's borders. What a way to frame it. Piker's account on Twitch is alive and well. Elon Musk quote tweets this and says, why does Twitch have this double standard? So I quote tweeted that and said, my friends got called anti-Semitic and were banned from Twitch for making a Habibi pass tier list. Shut the fuck up, Elon. There is no double standard. And they got banned for a full month. They got banned for a full fucking month, while this guy's going to get a 2-week ban for literally advocating for the death of children. While the Arabs were being like, yeah, this person could say Habibi. This person shouldn't say Habibi. Yeah, this person's Arab coded enough. This person's not Arab coded enough. That's literally it. And this fucking dumbass wants to complain about double standards. This fucker wants to complain about double standards. Also, we had Asmongold's girlfriend responded So Rick Osaka says your ugly, unwashed boyfriend advocates for shooting children. Shares the clip, and then his girlfriend Kaizi says based. Hand of Crom just became a member. Thanks so much, Hand of Crom. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the Do Not Warriors. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. That's fucking awesome. Welcome to the family. So if his girlfriend wasn't disgusting enough for agreeing to be in his house, for I'm assuming being physically intimate with him, for going to his bathroom that's all shit stained, as she said herself, for eating from his fridge, which has cockroach heads in there. If him using a dead rat as an alarm clock, I mean, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She's got her OnlyFans account. She's promoting her OnlyFans account with Asmongold. Once she's got the boost that she needs, she's going to leave his disgusting ass. And even if she doesn't, they deserve each other. If she's using him to promote her own socials or not, it doesn't matter. If she's using Asmongold as a funnel for her OnlyFans, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make her any less disgusting. If they stay together, if they break up, she's a disgusting human being for just typing that out. For saying based, that's disgusting. Drax says she's not his girlfriend. I mean, I don't know what she is exactly. All I know is that she has an OnlyFans, which, hey, no judgment here, obviously. But she's obviously using Asmongold as a funnel, or she has disgusting taste in human beings. Like, what else can I say? What else can be said? But good for them. Good for him. You know? I hope he doesn't get his heart broken. Yeah, Dog says the fact that she hangs out with Asmongold makes her 1 million times less attractive. I mean, hey, it's the content game, right? Some dumb beat says, I doubt they bang. I mean, I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to imagine that. I don't even want to picture that. It's disturbing as it is. Asmongold touching any woman is disgusting. As it is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need to think about that. Thank you. Now, this is fucking crazy. Let me just look this up real quick, see if I can find the video. Oh, we got a... So Haverford College?
Haverford College. Hi, my name is Kiran Abdul Hamid. I am a hate crime victim.
Who's this guy? So the Haverford College recently did an anti-Semitism settlement. So there's like a big anti-Zionism protest on Haverford College, and I don't know what they ended up doing to that school. Now they've had to do an anti-Semitism settlement, and now they're going to have a whole bunch of policies to promote Judaism on campus and to fight and to protect Zionism as well. But before we get into that tweet discussing all those things, let us quickly look at some of the encampments and what was happening over there.
Hi, my name is Kiran Abdul Hamid. I am a hate crime victim due to anti-Palestinian sentiment. I was shot this Thanksgiving break in Vermont because of it. The university's response was extremely insufficient based on not just what happened to me, but what happened to all what's happening in Gaza. The first statement that President Wendy Raymond made was basically a very vague and weak statement about condemning all hatred. When it comes to the other side, let's say, or the aggressor's side, which is Israel, she doesn't have any problem condemning hate directly towards it, even though it's clear that the Palestinians are the victims in this case. This is another reason why there was a sit-in in Founders a few months ago, and now there's a sit-in outside of Founders and encampment in order to pressure the Board of Managers to make at least a bare minimum statement, which is to publicly value Palestinian human lives and to at least call for a ceasefire to stop the killing and the genocide of Palestinians in Gaza. It's a shame that this college, or at least the elite members of this college who have control, are struggling to make the bare minimum statements where other presidents in the past have publicly called out, for example, against the war in Vietnam, which was also unjustified, and got other presidents, 74 presidents, I believe, signatures in order to call out against that. So we know it's very possible for the president, and it's all as well her responsibility to call out against these atrocities. However, President Wendy Raymond has failed in that case. Whether it is a lack of courage to do so or to maintain the status quo, we don't know. but all we know is that it is her responsibility to do so as someone who was gifted this platform, and B, also her responsibility because other presidents of the past have used that platform for good. So it's a shame that we see the reputation of this college slowly get tarnished as...
The Fat Indian says, I had 2 separate disciplinary complaints / hearings, both exonerated upon appeal, relating to Palestine in my university. Legit evil ass institutions. I know, it's crazy. And what was happening on American campuses was nuts. I'm glad that those kids were able to express themselves and try to protest. But like, yeah, those encampments became the talking point for like insane pro-Palestine protest advocacy, and they tried to paint everybody as an anti-Semite, and they tried to say that every single Jewish student on campus felt unsafe because of what was happening. It's insane.
They refused to publicly call out atrocities and stand up for social justice. It's also a shame that President Wendy Raymond has also made mistakes regarding Black liberation movements in the past, and also sent out very weak and vague emails regarding that. So it's a shame to see history repeat itself in this college as it slowly spirals down into a college meant to maintain the status quo.
We're here as Haverford Student for Peace in collaboration with BICO SJP and BICO JVB. We started our encampment on Thursday. We're here in solidarity with Gaza. We also want the college to divest from any Israeli institutions and corporations because many universities have been bombed in Gaza, and we're standing here as students in solidarity with people in Gaza so we can make change, and we have the power to do so.
We're here today and for the past few days as Students for Peace who are encamping outside of Founders Green to ensure that Board of Managers who have immense power and influence over Harvard administration to recognize their position of power and to urge Wendy to call for a ceasefire. They themselves are hiding behind their exclusive meetings and enjoying amazing dinners and lunch while we are here fighting to end a genocide. We entered Founders Great Hall on Friday, April 26th as Students for Peace, demanding what we've always been demanding for. We barged into their dinner, we peacefully entered, and we gave a speech.
Academic institutions are supposedly interested in disseminating facts from fiction. But the fact
Everybody abandoned their dinner?
the matter is, the school will not speak because that would mean that they too would have to admit to their settler colonialism.
And what do we get? Silence and turning a blind eye. And we're not going to stop until they realize they have a role in this genocide. We're here to stay.
Man, I miss the naivety and like the purity of university students, because they really want to make a difference, and they don't know how cynical all these adults that they're trying to speak to are. You know what I mean? But that's the beauty of being a college student. You're fucking motivated. You're fucking pushed to make a difference. You feel empowered. And then the system tries to take that power away from you at a very early age, very fucking quickly. Before you ever enter the working force, they fucking try to break you. But I hope these college students don't let what happened to them break them. So then let's see. This was in this was a year ago.
Several college presidents were on Capitol Hill today to face tough questions from lawmakers about anti-Semitism on campus. During the hearing in front of the House Education and Workforce Committee, Republicans accused universities of allowing harassment and discrimination of Jewish students after the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack in Israel. The Republicans highlighted cases of students and faculty making controversial statements in support of Palestinian resistance. New York Representative Elise Stefanik, one of the most vocal critics of the universities, had a combative exchange with Wendy Raymond, president of Haverford College. Take a listen.
You were the one university president who failed to lay out if any disciplinary action has been taken, if any suspensions or expulsions. So I am asking you, was there any disciplinary action taken?
Disciplinary action can include expulsion and...
I'm not asking what it can include. I'm asking, was it taken?
I will not be talking about individual cases here, and I'm saying that is...
So have there been any disciplinary actions taken by Haverford?
Again, Americans are so good at like being tough during these fucking congressional hearings or like whatever, you know, hearings in general. They ask the tough questions, they curse, they act all cool. When it comes to the Epstein files, fucking silence. They're little cowards. When it comes to Israel and funding Israel, they shut the fuck up. They're little cowards. They can't answer to anyone. When it comes to Donald Trump shitting on them, oh yes, Mr. Trump, yes, Mr. Trump. When it comes to questioning doctors or professors or Dr. Fauci or this lady, why the fuck did you lie to the American people? Why the fuck didn't you expel those students? Everybody's such a fucking badass with their microphone and their little leather chairs and their little hall. But when it comes to actually fighting for American people, when it comes to actually securing rights for the American people, when it comes to getting them free healthcare, building them better roads, using their tax money to benefit Americans, not to fund genocides overseas, not a peep. These are the cute little, oh, we can't do anything. We don't have the power. We don't have the votes. Ooh, we can't. But when it comes to questioning someone who has no power, who can't defend themselves, they're just fucking random lady sitting there. Why didn't you expel any of those racist students? You mean you've done nothing? You did nothing to make those Jewish kids feel more protected on their campus? Shame on you. You know? Where's that energy when you're questioning where are the people's tax dollars going? You started a war without congressional approval? You did what? You killed how many kids in Iran? How many kids died in that strike? What? You're still funding Israel? What? You're letting Netanyahu come visit the U.S. to go to the UN? What? None of that. But you didn't expel any fucking students? Oh, she's going to lose her shit on you.
Related to anti-Semitism. Any.
Disciplinary actions are absolutely in our work.
Have they been taken?
Against anti-Semitism.
Have they been taken by Haverford?
Yes, there have been some.
For their part, Democrats also criticized the uptick in anti-Semitism on college campuses, but called attention to the Trump administration's cuts at the Department of Education Office of Civil Rights that's tasked with investigating discrimination on campus. Texas Democrat Greg Casar directed his questions at the Republican committee chair to call out what he says is Republican hypocrisy on the issue.
Will you condemn Trump for pardoning an anti-Semitic rioter?
I'm seeing 4 witnesses waiting for your question.
I'm asking you a question, Mr. Chairman. Your microphone works. Do you condemn this?
I will yield time to the witnesses to answer questions that are pertinent.
So clearly, Mr. Chairman,
such a fucking ridiculous thing. So let's see.
College has agreed to form an Haverford College has agreed to form an anti-Semitism committee and enact policies to support students. The move is part of a settlement of a 2024 lawsuit after protests on college campuses over the war in Israel. The lawsuit, filed by a group of Jewish students, accused the college of allowing anti-Semitic bias and harassment to flourish on campus. Now, in a letter released Friday, college president Wendy Raymond said, in part, "It is our shared responsibility to create and maintain a community of belonging for all."
Pussies.
Pussies.
It has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. This was all about anti-Zionism. This was about Israel and their fucking genocide. And now they made it about discrimination, Jewish safety, etc. It's fucking crazy. So let's read what the details of the settlement are. This is from Barak Mendelson. It says more details about the Haverford College anti-Semitism settlement. 1. Zionism is treated as an element of Jewish identity, not merely a political position. So they have successfully conflated Zionism and Judaism. They are now one and the same, or at least Zionism is treated as an element of Jewish identity. So now being a Zionist isn't a political choice. It's not a political position. It is part of who you are as a Jewish person. If you're a Jewish person, Zionism is an innate part of you. You must believe deep down that the Jews deserve a homeland and a Jewish majority homeland. How do you maintain that majority? Well, it doesn't matter. It's an element of my identity. Doesn't matter. My identity says I need to be a Zionist, so I need to have a Jewish homeland no matter the cost. No matter how many people are displaced, no matter how many people are killed, no matter how much we destabilize the region. This is what they've fucking done on that campus. And this is probably going to happen on more campuses. This might now set a new standard for how this is treated on other campuses. Zionism is now treated as an element of Jewish identity, not merely a political position. That is fucking nuts. They are trying to give it a credibility. They're trying to give credibility to Zionism as a part of their identity. They're trying to normalize it. Total prohibition on discriminating against Zionists and Israelis, not just prohibition, the traditional Jew hatred. So now you can't discriminate against Zionists and Israelis. It's all the same. Jewish is the same as Israeli, is the same as Zionist. Same thing. One is crazy. Isn't this fucking nuts? Zionism is treated as an element of Jewish identity, not merely a political position. Total prohibition on discriminating against Zionists and Israelis, not just prohibition against traditional Jew hatred. Number 2, Haverford finally adopts IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. Let's see. This is from Wikipedia. The IHRA, and IHRA is the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. So the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance defines anti-Semitism as a non-legally binding working definition of anti-Semitism that was adopted by the International Holocaust Remembrance. It is also known as the, okay, where is it? Show it to us. Working definition of anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, toward Jewish community institutions and religious facilities. I don't see how that includes Zionism. Anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred towards Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, toward Jewish community institutions or religious facilities. I don't understand. Okay. 3. Mandatory yearly anti-Semitism training to students, faculty, and staff. Mandatory yearly anti-Semitism training to students, faculty, and staff. What's that going to involve? Like a video of like, you were just about to call that person a Zionist piece of shit, weren't you? Well, think again. Zionist can be very hurtful for our Jewish friends. You see, the left-wing media has tried to convince you that Zionism is different than Judaism. They've tried to separate American Jews from Israeli political ambitions or territorial ambitions, but in fact, they are one and the same. When you accuse a person of being a Zionist, you are actually performing anti-Jewish hatred. You are participating in anti-Jewish bigotry. So is that what you're going to make people watch shit like this? Good luck fucking selling that to your fucking woke-ass students, bro. Are you shitting me? Are you kidding me? Mandatory yearly anti-Semitism training to students, faculty, and staff. We asked for that for years, and there are a bunch of professors in real need of such training. So yeah, now they're going to force professors to teach them their version of Zionism. Well, you see, Zionism is part of Jewish identity, see? God damn, man. Insane. 4. End to the use of masks to disrupt, intimidate people, and avoid accountability. So I guess no more masks on campus unless there's a pandemic. But they don't want people to use masks, or I'm guessing keffiyehs or whatever. 5. Students' honor code revised to eliminate distinctions between privileged and marginalized. Students' honor code revised to eliminate distinctions between the privileged and marginalized students. What do you mean? So now marginalized students aren't allowed to have a distinction? Students' honor code revised to eliminate distinction. So if you're privileged, if you come from privilege and money, you're the same as someone who's coming from a poor family. So if you're a rich Jewish Zionist living in America now, you're the same as a poor Palestinian who had to fight their way out of Gaza and survive to make it to that campus. Like, I don't understand what that means. 6. Title VI director will be responsible for responding to claims of anti-Semitism. Our bias reports will no longer be sent to DEI office that dismiss them for ideological reasons. So Title VI director will be responsible for responding to claims of anti-Semitism. Number 7, and finally, establishment of an anti-Semitism committee to advise and provide oversight. The college will not be able to manipulate its composition. It will provide annual report to the board. Those are major achievements, and we will make sure the college keeps its commitments. So now there's an anti-Semitism committee to make sure that no one is using the word Zionist as an insult on campus. Somebody called Yitzi a Zionist? Quick! Expel them! This is crazy, dude. And obviously, this guy's getting some support on Twitter. Lucky Duck says, kudos to you and the rest of the group, Barack Mendelsohn. It is a huge accomplishment. The excellent work of the Deborah Project. Glad to see the statement from Haverford. However, as a graduate of Haverford College, it is pathetic that something like this needed to be done with the college kicking and screaming all along the way, and gives insight into how far Haverford has fallen over the past 45 years. Since Zionism is part of Judaism, people can now blame all Jews for anything Israel does. Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen now. By now, making by linking Zionism and Judaism even more closely to one another. And if you're saying that Zionism is part of Jewish identity, that means it is technically every Jewish person's fault what is happening in Gaza. That means every single Jewish person is partly responsible for the genocide in Gaza. That's what they're saying. They're saying that Zionism is part of the fabric of Judaism. Well, so is genocide. Genocide is a part of Zionism because you can't maintain a Jewish majority ethno-state in an Arab Muslim majority continent. You can only do that by displacement and by murder and by killing. So they're now saying that these are Jewish values: killing, displacement, genocide, death, war crimes. That is Jewish identity. Now, will real, actual Jews stand up and defend themselves from this? Will they correct the record? Will they say that this does not, they don't stand for something like this? Let's see. But the more that this happens, and the more university campuses and college campuses that make these concessions, that tie and link Zionism with Judaism, the worse it's going to get. The worse it's going to get for everybody in the world. But it's also going to get worse for Jewish people, because now you are giving people a reason to be anti-Semitic. Oh, you mean Zionism is part of your identity? You mean you believe in displacing people? You believe in genocide? What's that going to do to anti-Semitism levels? It's crazy. So that's kind of that's nuts. Want to see something else that's nuts? First of all, the screen grab. Holy shit, look at Ethan's face. So David Pakman, open Zionist, open supporter of Israel, open denier of the genocide. He says that what Israel is doing is not a genocide, it's just collateral damage. He talked about the killing of kids. We saw that clip, didn't we? Together, we did. Let me pull it back up real quick. What's his name again? David Pakman.
Into
We saw a couple of those videos. Let's see if this was the one.
Let's go back to Discord and hear from a few more people, as we like to do on the Friday. Shmuley, welcome. Yes, I can.
Hey, I was just wondering, like, with the whole Israel and Gaza thing, like, how come when Hamas does kill civilians, it's considered terrorism, but when Israel does it, it's like moral, righteous? Like, what's the difference here?
Who says that?
I hear a lot of commentators, like on mainstream media, MSNBC, CNN, that don't like the way they talk about Israel. It's not the same way that they talk about Hamas. When it killed more civilians than Hamas.
Well, listen, there's two different things. That your first assertion was that what they're saying is that when Israeli civilians die, it's terrorism, but when Gazan civilians die, it's moral. I asked you who said that, and now you're damage, which is still trapped between. There's another aspect to this also, which is that there's a difference between civilians as collateral damage, which is still tragic, but different than a policy of finding and killing civilians. Now, I know.
So he thinks that civilian deaths, at this point, it's like 500,000. Like the estimates, people still say 60,000 people were killed in Gaza. The number is like 300,000 now. So this guy's saying that hundreds of thousands of civilian deaths in Gaza at the hands of the IDF were collateral damage. He doesn't even believe it's systemic. He doesn't even believe it's intentional. He thinks that hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were just oopsie killed by accident as Israelis are trying to kill Hamas terrorists. What a sick fuck.
Just by saying that, lots of people will be furious with me and they'll say, David, Israel does have a policy of deliberately targeting civilians. We're not going to be able to have that fight right here, but at least theoretically, Mr. Mosley, does it make some sense to you that there's a difference between a military carrying out operations and accidentally killing civilians? We could say
accidentally killing civilians. Oh,
not enough concern, disregard, but different than Hamas, for example, saying, let's find civilians to kill of no military or strategic value whatsoever. At least theoretically, do you agree that there is a difference between the two things?
Yes, but I have seen videos online where there's like drone footage of like they're just aiming at people that are just like walking or with their kids that have white flags.
By the way, Jay of the Dead, if you're watching, thank you so much for the dono last time that I missed. If you're live, thank you for that dono.
Like they even killed some Israeli.
So this fucker is going to be the proud guest of the H3 podcast after having Loner Box on, after having Ahmad Fuad Al-Khatib on, two pro-Israel shills. Ethan Klein's getting the third one. And David Pakman, and obviously he's now interested in getting David Pakman after David Pakman publicly criticized Hasan Piker, that's the perfect reason to have them on. You know what I mean? Whether it's Loner Box who's beefing with Hasan, whether it's Ahmed Fuad Al-Khatib, and now David Pakman. Whoever's an enemy of Hasan Piker is a friend of the H3 show, just like Destiny is, just like Asmongold is, just like Nick the Oreo is. You know what I'm saying? Ethan will defend anyone. Ethan will have anyone on as a guest as long as they don't like Hasan Piker.
When we have guests in the studio, I should put these on for the picture without telling them, so only our fans will know. I'll just be towering over every single one of our guests. Like Pac-Man's coming in next week. I should throw these on when we take a photo together. No, it's 5 inches, Eli. It's actually 5 inches.
Pac-Man's coming in. Is he coming in tonight? And by the way, I'm going to react to their whole conversation. Y'all best believe if David Pakman comes on tonight, tomorrow night we're having a full Ethan Klein's conversation with David Pakman reaction. Ethan, you can go ahead and register this with the Library of Congress. Don't worry, everything we do here is fair use, my guy. Ya ahla wa sahla.
Yeah, no, this is the Ron DeSantis special right there, boy. You want to throw those on, sweetheart? I've always dreamed of marrying a taller woman. When we have guests in the studio, I should put these on for the picture. Without
Pac-Man's coming in. We got Pac-Man, David. Is it? What is it? APAC? IPAC? I don't even know what you call it. I don't even know what it's called. Yeah, that's going to be nice. Let's see. H3 podcast. It's still a bit early for them to announce what their episode is going to be today, right? I just want to see if David Pakman's coming on today. Dude, man. Some of their episodes aren't even hitting 300,000 views yet. Have they had an episode hit 500K? Or they haven't? Except their goodbye episode is at 552K. Everything else, okay. And then coming back with the reveal of the studio 3 weeks ago, everything else 300 or 400K. 400, 300, barely 400, 300, barely 400, 300, a little over 400, not even 300 for this one in 2 days. Let's not show the kids. Isn't that crazy? We quickly going to talk about Lebanon. Israel, this is from Nadim Homsi. Israel has let a handful of Sunni, Christian, and Druze villages in South Lebanon stay populated while depopulating and destroying dozens of Shia villages in the same 7-kilometer strip it calls a security zone. We visited one of the only villages under Israeli occupation that is still accessible, Kfar Shuba.
Populated, and the village of Kfar Shuba in occupied South Lebanon is one of a handful of villages that is still populated in the south. And the reason for that is because it's a Sunni Muslim village. It and other villages like it that are Christian and Druze have been permitted to stay under the promise that they would not allow any elements of Hezbollah or displaced people to live here. Meanwhile, there's over 65 villages in the south that have been depopulated and destroyed. They were predominantly Shia Muslim villages. So villages like this in Kfar Shuba are allowed to...
Sorry, I'm just going to have to do this to... So as they're sitting in this Sunni village, they're watching the destruction of another village from Kfar Shuba. So look, they're just watching another village nearby getting destroyed by the Israelis.
So villages like this in Kfar Shuba are allowed to remain populated, but at a cost. So they do live under the shadow of constant occupation with Israeli forces.
One of 4 Israeli military installations over the town, 3-year-old, the 4th erected inside Lebanon territory in 2026.
Conducting raids whenever they want. Residents here, shadow of constant, at a cost, remain populated, but at a cost. So they do live under the shadow of constant occupation with Israeli forces conducting raids whenever they want. Residents here, like other villages, are prevented from accessing their own farmland. So basically the economy is also at a standstill. In fact, there are 4 people that remain detained because 2 months ago, they dared to work in their own land. And this is just one example.
So they're arresting Lebanese people that are just going to work in their own fields, their own land that they own. They want to tend to their land. tend to their crops. They're not allowed to.
Of many examples that were given here today when we were talking to people of how this occupation affects their daily life.
We have another town, kind of with a similar story. Let me skip to this one. So this is our village. This is Nada Makouran Atalla. Our village has turned into a prison. Raids, arbitrary detentions, and constant fear now mark the daily lives of thousands of Lebanese people under Israeli occupation. While the Israeli army has razed Shia villages to the ground, it has allowed a handful of Christian and Sunni villages to remain inside the area it occupies under strict rules that legal experts say violate international law. We visited one of these villages, Kfar Shuba. Read our report here with Nada Homsi. So I think this person was deployed with Nada Homsi. They're in the same neighborhood.
We are reporting now from inside Israel's occupied area in southern Lebanon. This is Kfar Shuba. This is one of the very few villages still populated inside the occupied area in southern Lebanon. So to explain a bit why there are still residents here.
Girl's got a French accent.
While Israel has completely razed dozens of Shia villages, forcing their residents into displacement, it has allowed a handful of Sunni and Christian villages to remain at the cost of their freedom. Here in Kfar Shuba, residents now live under the strict rules of Israeli occupation. They have told us that the Israeli army, which is just a few hundred meters away from us, has carried out raids into civilian homes. It has arrested municipal workers who were only pumping water. It has also detained 4 farmers who are still missing as of today. Kfar Shuba residents have told us that their picturesque village has now turned into a prison where every movement, even the most routine ones, now carries the risk of detention and interrogation. And despite the cease...
You're moving in your own land. You're being illegally occupied by an invading force. You do something that they don't like in your own neighborhood, on your own land. They hold you in detention? They kidnap you and question you for what, going to tend to your own crops?
Fire, because there's no ceasefire.
Chris, yes, a lot of Lebanese people have French accents, like including my mom. Lebanon was colonized by the French a very long time ago. They built a bunch of schools, hospitals, so a lot of people were French educated. A lot of our schools teach, French as a primary language, and then you'll learn science, math, history, geography in French. I went to a Lebanese system school at first where where you still had to learn French from a young age, but like history and geography was done in Arabic, and then sciences and math were done in English. Then I went to an American system high school where everything was taught in English and French was like an elective. But there's a lot of schools that teach almost every basic topic in French, subject in French in school. So yeah, a lot of people speak French here. It's my first language. I speak French with my parents at home. Like, that's the language that we speak together as a family.
In Lebanon, we keep hearing explosions. They're coming from the hills behind me. This is the Israeli army demolishing buildings within the area, this area they're currently occupying. We also saw a newly built Israeli military base, as well as an Israeli flag that we could clearly see from where we stood. You can now read everything about our reports, now published on thenationalnews.com, where we're reporting on how Lebanese are now living under Israel's renewed occupation of southern Lebanon.
So that's what's happening here. And then a quick little random topic. Let me open up a few links actually for some more stuff. But I'm going to give you guys a teaser of what we're talking about next.
This man is assaulting me! This man is assaulting me!
And you guys know what's coming after that. Oh, you guys are seeing everything. No more than. Okay. And I don't want to miss a thing. Even when I dream of you.
Even is up.
Sweetest dreams will never do. I still miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss one smile. I don't want to miss one, what is it, kiss or whatever? Matt Walsh. Okay, so New York Post shares this post of AOC. AOC starts process of freezing her eggs, hints at 2028 mindset. I think it's badass. Okay. AOC freezing. I think there's like a video.
Don't be weird about this, even though I know all of you will be. Okay.
Oh, Matt Walsh is going to be weird about this.
That wasn't so bad.
Ouch, yeah, I feel bad, dude. I can't do tummy injections. What's the process of freezing your eggs? Healthline, egg freezing process, what to expect. Choosing to delay pregnancy by freezing your eggs is more common than it once was, whether it's because of a desire to pursue a career, find a partner, or handle health concerns. Choosing to freeze your eggs gives you the opportunity to manage other aspects of life until you're ready to conceive. While egg freezing is no longer a foreign concept, not everyone is aware of the full process that's involved. Understanding what to expect, associated costs, and how egg freezing can preserve fertility are all critical components. Yeah, I didn't know that there was like tummy injections involved. Egg freezing is known as... Actually, I remember that because, weirdly enough, from H3 when Ela was trying to... I don't think she was trying to freeze her eggs, but they were doing like in vitro or something. I remember them doing some kind of injection. I remember there being some sort of injections, you know, as part of the treatment. Egg freezing is known as oocyte cryopreservation, and it's one form of assisted reproductive technology. During the procedure, medications are used to stimulate eggs to grow. Those eggs are then harvested from the ovaries and frozen to storage. So I'm guessing the medications are stimulating the eggs to grow now. Then those eggs are then harvested from the ovaries and frozen. At a later date, the eggs can be thawed and combined with sperm to create an embryo. The embryo can then be implanted into the uterus during an embryo transfer cycle. While some people may opt to freeze their eggs for use at a later date, egg freezing is also associated with egg donation when a donor gives eggs for someone else to use. So I'm guessing the injections are to stimulate the growth of more eggs. Then the eggs are somehow extracted from the ovaries and frozen in like a freezer or something? Crustomer says, fuck the egg freezing industry. It is so deceptive and they've literally lost people's eggs. I can only imagine how fucked up that must be. Putting all your hope in freezing your eggs. You freeze your eggs thinking you're fine. You'll be able to get pregnant in a few years. And then, oops, we misplaced your eggs. That's crazy. Catastrophic says, by the way, thank you for being a member. Catastrophic, thanks so much. Everybody here who's a member. Catastrophic. Dream Girls Forever. Jesse Jean Short. Chris Blessing. Mithy Eve. Ava Lesko, Jason Knight, Raimi Winter. You guys are awesome. Catastrophic said, I have to take an injection every month for my eczema. It sucks so bad. Ooh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's got to be painful. I used to have a very good friend with type 1 diabetes. So he's out there injecting his treatment. Diabetes medication, insulin. He had like daily insulin injections. That shit was freaky. And it was those small little injections. You have to like twist the thing and then you like hold your stomach like that, squeeze it, and then like just like kind of what she did. It's crazy. But anyways, I mean, yeah, freezing your eggs, very common thing. I respect it. You know, someone wants to freeze their eggs. Go for it.
I'm really sorry to say this, but this is a objective pronouncement.
Matt Walsh was unable to be chill about it, folks. Matt Walsh is unable to be chill about this. Here's what Matt Walsh has to say about this. He had to share, obviously, like everything, Matt Walsh has to share his opinion, guys. She'll turn 37 in a couple of months. If she got pregnant now, it would technically be geriatric pregnancy. Instead, she's freezing her eggs. This desire to start having children late in life is completely baffling to me. I'll have kids in their 20s by the time I turn 50. AOC apparently wants to have a toddler at that age. Totally backwards and ridiculous. Motherfucker, who gives fucking... Mind your own fucking business, you fucking freak. You fucking freak, who, by the way, is still part of the Daily Wire, who was promoting that Ben Shapiro Infidels movie. He's like, hey, check out our movie. And he's out there saying that the Odyssey sucks and that the new Spider-Man movie sucks, but the Ben Shapiro Infidels movie looks great on Daily Wire. Sure, man. Lots of credibility coming from Matt Walsh. So it's like, just shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up, you middle-aged fucking freak. Talking about someone who's freezing their own eggs, making decisions about their own body. How does this affect you? How does her deciding to freeze... Okay, she's running... If she decides to run for president next year, you think she can do that while pregnant and having a baby, raising a newborn? Of course not, man. Okay? And she's making sure that she can get pregnant when she's ready and able. Okay? So respect it and celebrate it. Like now, the guy's all about having kids and raising a family. And now, only if you have kids at the right time. If you have kids too late, it doesn't count. Like, what do you want? Stop moving the goalposts. Don't you want people to start families and have kids and reproduce and all that shit? Do all that straight nuclear family shit that you love, that you're obsessed with. And then someone's fucking doing it. Someone's ensuring that they can still get pregnant. They might want to do a little bit late because their eyes are set on the fucking White House, man. She has aspirations to be in the White House. So yeah, maybe she wants to delay the pregnancy by 1 or 2 years. Shut the fuck up and stop bitching. Take a W. Take the W, man. Well, she wants to have a kid. Well, she wants to have it too late. Shit. What if her kid's born trans? What if her kid's born gay? Like, what the fuck are you doing? They tell women to stay at home and have kids. Woman decides to freeze her eggs so that she can have kids one day. You're doing it too late. You're old. Like, what the fuck? Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Matt Walsh. Dude, his Twitter is so obnoxious. He just bitches about everything, constantly bitching. Woke 1 was trans hysteria and race riots. Woke 2 is full-on communism. The left is getting more extreme, not less. Now they're just being slightly more strategic. One thing to keep in mind when you see reports about alcohol use declining is not only that lots of people have swapped booze for weed, but also many more people are using psychiatric meds to calm themselves down and handle stress. We are not in any way even remotely a more sober society than we were back when everyone was drinking booze. We traded one substance for myriad other substances that mess with your mind much more deeply and in ways that we don't even understand. So grab a fucking beer, man. Shut up and grab a beer and drink it and get drunk and then, fucking start harassing your wife or whatever the fuck you do when you're drunk. I'm not saying you should do that, but like, you know what I mean? Angry Republican man. Sounds like something they enjoy doing. The world is going to end in 12 years if you don't address climate change. Just kidding. Freezing my eggs because I got all the time in the world. Oh, so now she's a hypocrite. Now, her climate activism and her advocating for climate means nothing because look, if AOC is having kids late, that means global warming is fake. This is how these people make arguments. This is how these people make their arguments. It's really incredible that there's just outright racial violence happening in the WNBA. Every men's professional sports league has black and white players, and they aren't having these problems. Remember this the next time a feminist tells you women should rule the world because they're more peaceful and empathetic or whatever. So he's trying to get
Harrington.
No. Copyright shit. So now he's going against pit bulls as well. Pit bulls were responsible for 78% of all fatal dog attacks in 2025. 8% of dogs in the US are pit bulls. The new Spider-Man movie is quite terrible. Look at this. The new Spider-Man movie is quite terrible, just like almost every other Marvel movie for the past 15 years. This will be hard for many of you to accept, but you must be brave and face it. The truth will set you free. Look at that. He spends 26 minutes telling you that the new Spider-Man movie, which everyone loves, audiences, critics, everybody enjoyed it, this was right after he tweeted about the WNBA movie that the Daily Wire did. Daily Wire WNBA movie. What the fuck was it called? Lady Ballers. So the Daily Wire literally made a fucking movie called The Lady Ballers about men who dress up as women to play basketball, and they're just making fun of trans rights and trans people, etc., etc. And isn't that Matt Walsh right here? So he's telling you, hey, go watch The Lady Ballers, folks. Right as he's shitting on an actually, like, decent film. Spider-Man sucks. By the way, go watch Lady Ballers. Jesus Christ, dude. Shut the fuck up, Matt Walsh. Shut the fuck up, man. All these people, man, the people that Americans look up to, the people that Americans watch, like, I feel like more and more disconnected from America every single day when I see the direction that these people are going in, man. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Let's quickly talk about Rabbi Shmuley. Mithi Eve says the dog that attacked mine a few weeks ago was a pit. I don't want to get into pit bull conversation because I know that's like a very sensitive topic. You know, I don't know much about pit bulls. My dealer's dog was a pit bull back in college. He was adorable. His name was Floyd. Adorable little baby boy. One of my ex-coworkers had a pit bull. Very sweet girl. So all the pit bulls I've been around have been sweet. But yeah, people keep saying they're the most violent dog and whatever. I don't know enough about the topic to comment on it. Let us quickly talk about, before we get into the Hasan and Denims conversation, let's quickly jump back, go through memory lane real quick. And we talked about Rabbi Shmuley and Samuel. This was a legendary 8-minute clip of Rabbi Shmuley just harassing this guy and his girlfriend. Be like, you told me to fuck myself. You told me to fuck off.
So do a video.
So this guy walked up to Rabbi Shmuley,
So one
pretending
second, hold
to be
on.
a fan. And I was like, hey, Mr. Shmuley, can I take a video with you? I'm a big fan. Rabbi Shmuley was on a phone, important phone call, apparently. He had to close the phone to take a picture with this guy. And then this guy turned on his camera and was like, fuck Israel, by the way. And Rabbi Shmuley spent the next 8 minutes harassing him and his girlfriend. Like, how dare you say fuck Israel to me? How dare you? I was on a phone call. You told me you were a fan.
So one second, hold on. You just made me hang up on my attorney. I told you it was on the phone. I told you I didn't want to interrupt, and you said you said to my Rashuli, you said that you were a big fan. You lied through your teeth, and then you said fuck Israel. Why would you do that? I'm an American. I'm a visitor here. Now you're pretending you don't speak English? Harassed us, attacked us.
I'm sorry,
I just want to know who you are. I think it's fair. I think it's very fair to find out who you are.
Let me tell you right now.
No. You and your girlfriend said that Israel should be fighting. Now she's hiding her face. Be brave. Here's my face. I'm not afraid.
I'm telling you.
I work early. I'm a girl.
Okay.
No.
Don't push
Walk away from me or I'll call the police on you. I'll tell the police what happened.
Don't push up into me.
I'll tell the police what happened.
into me.
I'll tell the police what happened.
Okay? Well, the whole day. This is my country. We have freedom of speech.
You can walk up
Fuck Israel. I will say fuck Israel the whole day. This is my country. Welcome to my country. Ek jouw oude gast. We lopen bara. Ek jouw oude. Welcome to Iceland. What?
Welcome to Iceland, but fuck the Jews.
Yeah. No, I never said that. I never said that.
Israel's a Jewish state.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Walking up to
So Rabbi Shmuley is trying to make it all about Jews and about him. This guy's saying fuck Israel. Rabbi Shmuley's like, so you're saying fuck the Jews? So 8 minutes of this. It was a legendary clip. We watched the whole thing a couple of streams ago. I'm not going to make you guys sit through this again, but there's a lot more. So apparently Rabbi Shmuley's thing is to just travel to other countries, be as annoying as he possibly can, and just film people and accuse them of being anti-Semitic. I guess that's his whole shtick. I know he does that in New York, where he's always walking around New York. Apparently it's like a traveling show. He just travels to other countries, harasses people, gets in their face, and once they inevitably tell him to go fuck himself, oh, so you're telling me to go fuck the Jews? Are you anti-Semitic? And then he starts filming them and bitching and threatening to call the police and threatening to sue them. That's all this motherfucker does. That's literally his shtick. So Iceland, you're fucking based, and I'm fucking coming to visit Iceland because look at this, man. Here's another video. Rabbi Shmuley harasses people in a bar in Iceland until they pledge allegiance to Israel. They all tell him to fuck off.
This man is assaulting me! This man is assaulting me! This man is assaulting me! Call the police! Please call the police on him! He assaulted me! He must call the police, please! He attacked
This guy keeps saying he's not welcome, he's not welcome.
me 3 times! He attacked me 3 times! He attacked me 3 times!
He's saying throw him out.
Please call the police! Fuck Israel! Fuck Israel! He assaulted me.
By the way, Rabbi Shmuley like drinks like a motherfucker. Dude is always drunk, always drinking, always at parties. Like he's kind of a like a heathen. Like what the fuck, man? Like look, I'm not much of a drinker. I don't really enjoy drinking. I don't really enjoy being drunk. I don't like the sensation of being drunk. I don't enjoy the taste of alcohol. I don't like how alcohol makes me feel, whether in the moment or the next day. I'm not a fan of alcohol. I used to drink a lot in college and stuff, but like this man is constantly fucking getting drunk. Like you're a rabbi, dude. Like you're an old rabbi. A little bit of self-control. Like what is this? What the fuck is this? Fucking gets wasted everywhere he goes and gets in people's faces? Like is that what a dignified rabbi should do? Just be fucking drunk the whole time? Dude never takes a fucking pause.
We're gonna take him out too. Don't worry. You're not welcome. That's the only thing we said. We're gonna call the police on everybody. Can you please get the flashlight out of my face? Nobody feels safe with this.
Just relax, relax.
He cannot assault me as an American citizen.
Nobody can assault.
He assaulted me.
I'm sorry.
No, he. Fuck Israel! Fuck Israel! He assaulted me. We're gonna take him out too. Don't worry. You're not welcome. That's the only thing we said. We're gonna call the police on everybody.
They're just telling him you're not welcome here, and all of them are saying that they don't feel safe with him around because he keeps fucking harassing them. He keeps shoving his camera in their face.
Can you please get the flashlight out of my face? Nobody feels safe with this.
Just relax, relax.
He cannot assault me as an American citizen.
Nobody can assault.
He assaulted me.
Nobody can assault.
He attacked me. Nobody.
What a coward. What a bitch, dude. Constantly. This person, he's like Lionel Messi. He's like Messi in real life. This person tackled me. This person insulted me. This person did this. Hey, ref. Hey, ref. Hey, ref. Literally, so much Lionel Messi energy. Insane.
You're not welcome. I'm not welcome where? Here. Here where? Do you own the bar?
Relax, relax.
I can't believe this is allowed.
Just kick him out, man. Why is he even in a place like this? The dude's like fucking 100 years old. Like, why is he even trying to get a drink at a place like this?
I'm just in shock.
The person's giving him the finger, that lady. Look at that lady, dude.
I'm just in shock.
Bam, look at that. What a G, dude. She's like, double fingers. Fuck you, motherfucker. Get the fuck out, man. Get the fuck out. There's another angle, I think.
He's not welcome. He's not welcome. He's not welcome.
He's like spilling his beer everywhere, too, on people.
Stop Israel! Stop the Hey, he's not welcome. He's not welcome. He's not welcome.
Spilled half his fucking beer, man. Ate him
welcome. He's not welcome. He is not welcome. He is not welcome.
Dude, this guy's such a... Everywhere he goes, he kills the vibe instantly and starts asking for the police to come. Like, literally, he should be banned from every country. This motherfucker should be banned from every country. Literally, everywhere he goes, he kills the vibe, starts yelling, starts filming, and asks for the police to come. There should be a picture outside of every establishment. This man is not allowed. If you see this man, please turn him away. He attacked me. Someone just touches him. They attacked me.
Please leave. Please leave.
And the people behind him are telling him to fuck Israel.
Please leave. No, please, no. We just said you're not welcome. That's the only thing we said. You are not welcome here. Fuck Israel.
Raimi says Shmuley is Ethan's daddy. We got a couple more videos. Rabbi Shmuley claims he was a victim of nonstop violent anti-Semitism while vacationing in Iceland. But in all the videos he's uploaded, him and his obnoxious loudmouth family are just constantly shrieking at locals while shoving their phones in people's faces. Yeah, exactly.
Baby killers.
Real perspective from a real Icelander. It's all peace and love here in Iceland.
So why did you guys just come over and say there were a bunch of baby killers? If it's peace and love,
It's
why
peace
do
and
you
love
call? Why do
always.
you call Jews baby killers? Why did he call Jews baby
I
killers?
didn't say anything.
Why are Jews baby killers? Why are Jews baby killers? What did we do to you that you would stop us on the street and call us baby killers? What's wrong with this country?
These are dumb Instagram
What is wrong with
bitches.
this
They don't know
country?
shit. Shut up.
What is wrong with this country that you call Jews baby killers?
If only.
What is wrong with you guys that every Jew is a
I mean,
baby
the bro's
killer?
wearing a keffiyeh, man.
Enough.
Stop friending.
What is wrong with you guys that every Jew call Jews baby
Why
killers?
can't I pause this
Why
video?
are Jews baby killers? Country that you call Jewry. God,
Bro's literally wearing a keffiyeh.
what is wrong with all of you? Enough.
So of course he's gonna recognize you. He knows you're not like a random Jewish person. He knows you're Rabbi Shmuley, Israel mouthpiece, Zionist mouthpiece.
What is wrong with you guys that every Jew is a baby killer? Enough.
I didn't say that.
Enough.
Stop friending.
Enough. What is wrong with this country? God Almighty. What is wrong with all of you?
You don't even know shit about Palestine. Get the fuck out of here.
Free Palestine from what? What does it have to do with us as American Jews? What did America?
Oh, now he's just an American Jew. Anytime someone says fuck Israel, he says, why are you saying fuck the Jews? But now that someone's saying, hey, you know, stop the genocide, what is that? I'm just an American Jew. So now he denies Israel. Now he just denies the existence of Israel.
Get the fuck out of here.
Free Palestine from what? What does it have to do with us as American Jews? What did
So now I'm just a simple American. When it's convenient for him, he merges. He links Judaism and Zionism. When it's inconvenient, I'm just a simple American Jew. Why are you telling me free Palestine? What do I have to do with this?
What did American Jews do to you? We are Americans who are Jewish. What did American Jews do to you?
Well, they funded the genocide. Americans are funding the fucking genocide. America is Israel's #1 support. America is currently funding Israel's ethnic cleansing of Lebanon.
Get out of our faces.
They don't stop.
Get out
They
of our
harass
faces.
every tourist here. They don't stop harassing tourists.
They're just harassing you because you're fucking annoying, you Zionist fuck.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You harass tourists nonstop? That's what you want to do? That's what you want your country to be known for? That Americans come here and you harass us and harass us and harass us?
Yo, dude, they're so funny. He's just got like a cigarette in the hand. They're all just doing the hearts. They're trolling him so hard, man. He's trying to get under their skin. He's trying to get them to say the most fucked up shit. They're just like, bro, it's peace and love. I'm just gonna hit that stogie real quick.
You never stop harassing us? They never stop harassing us. They just won't stop.
We're not trying to harass
You guys are gonna make no American will ever come here again. You're gonna just.
I don't think they're gonna complain, man. I don't think Iceland is begging for American. I don't think a single country on earth wants American tourists. Like, let's be real. Okay, American tourists they're pretty generous when they travel for the most part, but like everybody, there's a certain image of the American tourist, you know? Zionist American tourist, forget about it.
Destroy tourism in your country. There'll be no tourism left in your country. God Almighty.
Stop harassing your
You're hardly the representative of like tourism, man. You're hardly the representative of any tourism. So after his misadventures, let's see what his review of Iceland is.
It is absolutely. I'm really sorry to say this, but this is a objective pronouncement. It is absolutely unsafe for someone visibly Jewish to walk the streets of Reykjavik, Iceland. I'm not saying that that's true necessarily in the rural areas, which are beautiful, the glaciers, but the streets of Reykjavik and Akureyri, the two big cities, if you are visibly Jewish, as am I want you to know it is absolutely unsafe. Let me repeat that. It is.
My guy, it has nothing to do with you being visibly Jewish. You're Rabbi fucking Shmuley, man. You're on Piers Morgan. You're all over the news. You're all over TV. You're all over Fox News. You're all over social media, constantly bitching and moaning, telling us how much you love Israel, telling us how great the genocide against Palestinians is, telling us just how much of a victim you are. You are known around the world. Literally, that guy went up to you, Samuel, our boy, walked up to you, being like, "Are you Rabbi Shmuley? Please, I want to tell you that I'm a big fan." Then he told you to fuck off and told you that Israel, that like, fuck Israel or whatever. People know who you are, man. People recognize you because you've made it your thing. Stop trying to pretend to be a victim of anti-Semitism. People are anti-Zionists. They're anti-you. You're a pro-genocide little fucker. Rat motherfucker.
Unsafe for you to walk the streets of Reykjavik. Walking just with my kids for the past few minutes, okay? We have been called baby killers at least 4 times.
And again, when he says kids, he's making you think his kids are like 4 years old. They're like 30-year-old adults.
In probably 25 minutes. People screaming, getting right in our face. I've never experienced this. Even in New York, even in Times Square, I've never seen such hatred toward Jews in my entire life. A country that I've been coming to for almost 30 years, that I visited about 10 times, a country that I love, a country that is majesty, grandeur, beauty. It is so bad that it's shocking.
So they all of a sudden, overnight, decided to hate Jews. You've been going there for 30 years, and now they're all anti-Semitic, and they hate Jews, or they hate Israel. They hate the genocide. They hate what Israel's been doing, and they're calling you out for that. But you want to make it all about Judaism. You know? What is it they hate? So overnight, they became anti-Semitic, or just anti-genocide?
I dare say, from my experience, Rabbi Shmuley, a Jew who loves humanity, loves my Muslim brothers and sisters.
Hey, loves my
black brothers and sisters. It's Gay Pride Week. That's what's so interesting. Loves my LGBTQ brothers and sisters, quite literally. I have a gay brother. To see the hatred, I think I could say objectively. Here's another person. Here, we just heard that, right? What? You see that? Look at that. Even while I'm doing this video, this woman comes and screams, "Free Palestine."
Yeah, go harass her now, because she knows who you are, motherfucker.
This entire city has been taken over by Jew hatred of a magnitude that boggles the imagination. Iceland. And if you look around, you'll see
Iceland. It's supposed to be all whites who love genocide and who hate Arabs and Muslims. He's shocked. They're like, look at these fellow whites. They're mostly white and Christian. Why don't they hate Muslims like I do? Why don't they hate Palestinians like I do? You know, that's what's shocking him the most. Like, Iceland. I'm in fucking Iceland, and they don't hate Muslims more than me.
There's no diversity here. It's not as if this is like a diverse country that's taken in immigrants from other countries. No migrants are allowed in here. We've seen over a week 5 or 6 black men and women, I think 5, and I mean count them on one hand, 5. It's not as if
he's trying to say that Iceland is anti-black.
This country excels. And I'm not trying to knock Iceland. I've promoted Iceland my whole life. I love Iceland.
Haley, enjoy. Have a good time. Thank you so much for being here and for your work as our moderator. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Even as I'm speaking, you hear people coming over and screaming, "Free Palestine." It just won't stop. So that's the 5th, 6th time in 20 minutes. And you
should be happy. You're famous, man. People recognize you all over the world.
And if I wasn't here walking with a little bit of security, I don't know what my fate would be. It's gotten so bad. I'm telling my American, first of all, they hate Americans too. It's amazing. They listen to American music, they watch American movies, but the Trump America is this hatred. American Jews, I think, are hated more than Israelis.
Yeah, fat chance, bruv.
I don't know. I guess it's that synthesis, that combination of being American and Jewish. It is so sad and so tragic that such a great country could descend into the abysmal pit of disgusting, rancid anti-Semitism. Where are the Icelanders to speak out?
God, what a bitch. Okay, is there more stuff from Iceland? Shmuley, Iceland. I think we've seen everything. This was a clip that's like, why does he seem so high up? I saw this one. Rabbi Shmuley is really happy about an Icelandic town being destroyed 2 years ago. Why did they let him in the country? So he was talking about an entire Icelandic town swallowed by lava 2 years ago.
Just look at what the lava did. As Douglas MacArthur said when he returned to the Philippines, I have returned. This is a lava flow from only 2 years ago, 2024. It's very dangerous to walk this. Just look at what the lava did. So you have the Blue Lagoon over there, which is the most famous site in Iceland, just where that smoke's coming up. It almost destroyed the Blue Lagoon. It took out the parking lot. And down there is the city of Grindavik. It took out half of Grindavik. Grindavik is till today.
Can you imagine being on vacation with Rabbi fucking Shmuley?
It's a close town, but look at this. Just look how fresh the lava. Imagine the eruptions. They went on for 2 years, and there was a 4-kilometer fissure.
Okay, I think we've seen everything. Oh, so this guy walked over to explain why he hates American Jews and Israel.
But you said that. So an Icelandic man just stopped me, and he said he's not going to attack me, and he's not going to say F Israel, he's not going to say F the Jews.
No, of course not, because I do not hate Jews.
Okay. But you said that what happened to me here, all the attacks, the assaults, the constant attacks, people recognizing me. You walked over to me saying you know who I am, right?
I do.
You said that. What did you say? Let's say your words.
So I said that people might not like you because for them
I'm a Jew or what?
No, because you're a supporter of Israel, and it's not about hating Jews.
Wow, look at that face, man. Oh my lord, man. That dude's face is fucking busted. Jesus. Look at that jaw. Look at his fucking face, man. What the fuck? Look, goblin ass looking motherfucker.
It's about they see a lot of media, social media about.
He's doing it again. Why is he doing that with his face? He's like, you're already hideous, dude. You don't need to be doing that and look more hideous.
Israelis being kind of spiteful towards Palestinians, right? And they feel like you're continuing that message, right?
Well,
so that's why.
Okay, so let me respond.
I don't want to bring hate into the conversation, right?
Let me respond.
Yeah.
Iceland is a small country, right?
Quite small, yeah.
Small, but it's still much larger than Israel. Are you aware of that? Much larger. Israel's a tiny country. Wait. You're not letting me speak.
Oh, sorry.
There's one Jewish state. First of all, I'm an American, fully American. I'm not an Israeli citizen. Every single one of you here thinks that every American Jew, he thinks has dual citizenship.
No, I'm saying like they
but
think that,
but less than 1% of American Jews have Israeli citizenship.
It doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not. All you do is fucking defend Israel and justify their actions, justify their genocide, justify their displacement, justify their ethnic cleansing. It doesn't fucking matter if you're a citizen or not. I don't give a shit.
1%. Right. We're fully American. My country, the United States. My country is the United States of America. But I'm proudly Jewish and I love Israel. But my country is the United States of America. We saved your country in the Second World War when the Nazis wanted to invade it. You have no army. So wait 1 second. You have no army till today. We had an American, first the British came.
Still bringing up World War II.
And invaded you in 1941 to make sure the Germans didn't take over.
He says he looks like a hobgoblin. He looks straight up like Hobgoblin. He should be the next Spider-Man villain, but I would like to watch the next Spider-Man villain, so no. But like, he just put him on a glider, and you've got the Hobgoblin ready to go.
Right? Then the Americans came. Then the Americans had servicemen in a base right near the airport, near Keflavik. I probably know the history better than you do. And it was a giant American base there, and it protected you during the Cold War from the Russians, the Soviet Union, etc. My people, the American GIs, risked their lives and died to keep you free so that you could have freedom of speech and everything. And the way you were...
What he's saying, my guys, my GIs are keeping you free so you can have freedom of speech. My God, Americans, they go to Europe and they start telling Europeans, you better thank our military because we gave you freedom of speech. It's like, they already don't want you there. Like, stop being more of an annoying tourist, okay? You're already there. You're already harassing everybody in the street. Don't be like, also, you owe us your freedom. Your freedom of speech, that's owed to the American Marines, the GIs.
Toward Americans like me is the hatred and everything. You would have been invaded by the Germans. Like the Germans invaded Norway. They invaded Sweden was. Wait, you don't know the history. I know the history.
Well,
all the Scandinavian countries were all. This is a Scandinavian country.
Better, right?
I might.
Listen,
Do you
I don't want to argue.
Wait. Do you know your history?
It's like you want to argue.
You came over to me.
Yeah, respectfully.
Okay. And I'm answering, but I'm answering respectfully. You just said that Israelis. Let me just finish. You just said that Israelis hate Palestinians. God forbid. Israel has 1.9 million Muslim Arab citizens that are protected and kept alive by the IDF. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, they're protected and kept alive.
Money do you have in?
He's saying it as like, bro, they have to. That's not some kind of like feat. We shouldn't thank. Oh, thank you, Israeli military, for not murdering the 1.9 million Arabs or Palestinians that live in Israel. Even though they are, you know, they just murdered 600,000 of them in Gaza.
Terrorists. Only people who rape children.
Our chair, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy.
Christians, of course not. First of all, when you say you, I'm an American. So
Yeah,
when
but
you say the Israelis,
okay, sorry, yeah.
oh, you won't
Fair
separate
enough.
between them.
Well,
You believe
I
that
asked-
every
I asked
Jew.
you- I asked you earlier if you separate
There's no
between
children. There are
stuff,
no.
but,
There are
when
no.
you say
There
you're
are no
American,
Palestinian children in Israeli prisons. Name one. Just give me a name.
How would I know the names of anyone?
Give me a name. What a fucking impossible. I mean, I guess it's time to memorize the names of some minor Palestinians that are in jail. But like, there are no Palestinian kids in Israeli prisons. Give me a name. Just throw me a name. If you can't throw me a name, that means it's fake. Okay, man.
How do you know there's any children in a prison?
I think it's documented. Through,
Where? Documented through?
Through some establishments that are very respected.
Oh,
Right?
so name one.
Come on, you know. Just go and look online.
Online.
See how
Online where? Online. There's Sturmer where?
Well, I mean.
So you can't name a single source. You're saying you saw it on someone's ex.
Respectfully, but you want to have an argument.
No, I don't want to have an argument. You're saying things that are not true.
Like, subscribe, and follow Shmuley or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You see, I actually believe in facts. You don't believe in facts. You're making things up.
I mean,
You said that Israel is in prison. You said that Israel is imprisoning Palestinian children. It's not true. Israel only. What do you mean? My source from the New York. No, I'll tell you my source. The New York Times, the Washington Post, Wall Street Journal.
All Zionist media.
The Associated Press, the CNN.
Sarah, how's it going? How's it going? Keep it, Sarah.
Now you tell me one source.
No, I'll show you. IDF is a good source, and they openly admit some kind of.
Somebody is meowing at the door. Let him come say hello. Hello. Little kooky. Little cuckoo. Ugh. This beautiful angel boy who wanted to say hello to you all. He's meowing at the door. Not because he's hungry. Not because he misses me. He just wants to say hello to everybody. You want to say hi into the mic? No, you want to leave? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Go. Well, doesn't he have the cutest little butt? I'm just going to go to the kitchen and make sure that I have some stuff on the side. I'll be right back, folks. Sweet Makuki. He's the best cat, folks. He's the sweetest. I mean, obviously Nata is the sweetest girl. He's the sweetest boy. She's the sweetest girl. Okay, I think we're done with this. Before we get to Hasan talking to Denims, there's one more topic that I want to talk about. This one is in the thumbnail as well. You might have noticed a dog, a podcasting dog. So there's a movie called The End of Oak Street. It's called The End of Oak Street. It's coming out August 14th or something, I think. Let me just quickly... Did I fuck up the name of the movie in my tags? Mythy Eve just gifted 5 $2 memberships. Holy shit, Mythy Eve, thank you so much. That's fucking awesome. Mythy Eve, hell yeah. That's so kind. That's so very generous. Mythy, thanks so much for supporting the channel on such a high level. Congratulations to everybody who just became a member. W's in the chat for Mythy Eve. Mythy, thank you. We got 6 new members today. Folks, don't forget, you can become a member and support the channel. You'll get exclusive content this week. Usually a live stream every single week, exclusive for members. And besides the content, you guys are just, being a part of the show. You guys get some extra emotes in the chat. You get your name in green to know that you're extra special. And you get to support the channel. Make sure that we can keep dropping these live streams. So thank you so much to everybody who's a member. Mythy Eve, that means so much. Thank you so much. That's way too kind. Way too generous. And I will let you guys know, I'm going to do another stream tonight. I'm most likely going to be doing a stream on Tino's Playroom. So I'm either going to be playing some Dark Souls 2 or building some Lego. I'm not sure, but there's going to be a second stream tonight. I was thinking of maybe doing a members live stream for here, but I think I'm going to do something on the second channel. So let's go. So let's talk about this next topic right here. So The End of Oak Street is a movie that is coming out later in August. It's about like dinosaurs. It stars Ewan McGregor, Anne Hathaway. They're like a couple in like the 70s or 80s. Like this looks like it's the 80s kind of. Then something happens. I don't know what. You know, they're leaving their home one morning and they see dinosaurs running around. And they, oh, dinosaur just ate that lady. So August 14th is the release date. So it's like a dinosaur movie. Let's say it's like Jurassic Park mixed with some kind. Look, there's a T-Rex running around. So some way, somehow, their house, their whole neighborhood got transported back to like the Jurassic era. It's like, you see that, like it got like sliced. So the bus is sliced in half, whatever. So there's dinosaurs around, and I'm guessing the family's going to try to have to, you know, survive and find a way to get back to their present day. Apparently there's a dog in the movie. Like the family has a dog, I'm guessing. And look at that. Look, you got big VFX. You got two big stars, Ewan McGregor, Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is currently the star of one of the world's biggest hits, which is The Odyssey. So you would think they have more than enough ways to promote this movie. It's got dinosaurs, for crying out loud. People are always asking for, we need more dinosaur movies. We need more dinosaur movies. There's only the Jurassic Park movies. Well, there you go. Here's a brand new movie with some dino action. And look, those dinosaurs have feathers as well. Damn, damn. Is he going to eat Ewan McGregor? So The End of Oak Street. Okay. I'll be honest with you guys. As a person who loves dinosaurs, this movie doesn't look that good to me. I'm not that interested in the movie. If I do end up watching it in theaters, it's because it has dinosaurs, but it hasn't looked that good. I saw one trailer when I was watching Evil Dead at the theater in the States with my friend Donovan. It looks okay. Okay, it looks average. I think there's more than enough good movies in the theater. Between Odyssey and Spider-Man right now, I think this movie's going to struggle to find an audience. I just don't think it offers enough to make people go like, you know what, I'm going to go to a theater and spend like fucking $15 on a ticket, another $15 on snacks. This doesn't look like a $30 or $40, you know, theatrical outing to me. But I'm a dinosaur stan, just like you guys. I normally, anything with a dinosaur in there, so I might actually end up watching this, okay? I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it in IMAX or something, but I'm going to try. It's got dinosaurs, but they just fucked it all up, folks. They just fucked it all up. I'm not sure how this movie's tracking. What's today? The 10th? I'm not sure what the movie's tracking to open with. Let's see. End of Oak Street box office tracking. Let's see what it's tracking to open with. It's tracking to open with 15 to 20 million. That's not very good. Okay, 3 days ago. Let's see. Box Office Pro. Long range forecast. August box office gets post-apocalyptic with Ridley Scott's The Dog stars. Okay. August 28. We don't want that. End of Oak Street. Early outlooks for The End of Oak Street. Let's see. Where is it? Where can I find that? I gotta read this? What are they talking about? Talking Spider-Man? Okay, look, AI is saying between 15 to 20 mil. IDF kills children. Just gifted one Do Not Worry membership. IDF kills children. Thank you so much for the generous gifted. We're at 7 new members today. IDF, thank you so much. It's very kind. It's very kind. Very, very kind. And IDF does, yeah, Polka, IDF kills children's name is very accurate. Okay, so box office tracking and forecast, August updates, and why Practical Magic 2. Notably, The End of Oak Street is pacing slightly off from earlier forecasts, though as an original film, it could yet deliver a late surge in the final week before release, given how much Spidey and The Odyssey are overshadowing things right now. Let's see, full analysis. Substack. Okay, these fuckers aren't serious, okay? Okay, it's produced by... Okay, fuck it. AI overview. It's produced by J.J. Abrams. They're saying it's going to open at 30 million, between 15, 20, and 30 million. Look, I'm not sure. All I know is they just fucked it up, okay? So Warner Brothers has teamed up with the AI dog podcast called Dog Pack to promote its upcoming sci-fi action film, The End of Oak Street. The roughly 90-second podcast, hosted by an AI golden retriever named Goldie and an AI French bulldog named Frenchie, features an interview with Starbuck, who plays Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor's dog in Oak Street. Okay, first of all, they call them Starbuck. At a time of fucking genocide when Starbucks coffee is fucking being banned or being boycotted, you're calling the dog Starbuck in the movie? Really, J.J. Abrams? Okay. Chris sends a $2 dono and says, did you watch The Sick Mind of EDP 445? So good. No, is that what is that? The fuck is that? Official documentary? I don't even know what that is. The Sick Mind of EDP 445. What is this? All proceeds of this educational documentary go to the nonprofit RAIN. I don't know what this even is. I don't know what that is, man. So, getting back to the podcast. They released this clip. Do I have the video? Here it is. Let's watch it, folks. And by the way, fuck AI. Like, holy, it's hard enough to come up with content and stream every day and do a stream or host a podcast or whatever. Now I'm supposed to compete with dogs? I'm supposed to compete with adorable puppies doing a podcast? Like, what the fuck? Look at this. Of course, people are going to rather listen to a golden retriever, even if it's AI. A few years from now, they're not even going to know or care. Okay? You think I can compete with this? You think anyone can compete with this? Cute little golden retriever called Goldie? Huh?
Today's guest ran from dinosaurs and helped save his human co-stars. Please welcome Starbuck from The End of Oak Street.
Thanks, guys. It's nice to finally speak with interviewers who understand the craft.
Starbuck, which of your human co-stars was the best trained?
Ewan McGregor was excellent with treats. Anne Hathaway matched him there, but she could scratch behind both ears at once. Game over!
Yeah, this is fucking disturbing. Did Ethan Klein ask AB to prompt this live on the show? What's going on here? And like they're talking in such a robotic way. It's so monotone. Like, what the fuck? Who's watching this, man?
But you weren't just there for the ear scratches. You did some serious action work too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Running, jumping, dodging dinosaurs, and when things get really bad, I come back to help distract them. So while the humans panic...
The irony of this, look at this. They're showing you all the behind-the-scenes work, real work by real filmmakers, artists, VFX artists. Look at that. You got a real dog on set.
Oh, yeah.
Running...
Stunt coordinators, animal trainers, VFX artists compositing all of this and compositing the backgrounds and all the dinosaurs into these blue screen shots.
Jumping, dodging dinosaurs.
Working with real actors in real water.
And when things get really bad, I come back to help distract them. So while the humans...
And then bam, right back to some AI slop, AI-generated shit that was done within seconds by prompting something. So all of that real work, real movie making you saw behind the scenes... Yeah, forget about it. We're throwing all of that in the trash. Like, you know the kind of shit that Odyssey was releasing to promote their movie? Behind the scenes stuff. They would show you how Christopher Nolan has this, how his crew is loading massive film reels into his IMAX camera. They shot on-location videos in Iceland, Greece, Italy. That's how they were promoting the movie. Promoting the work and effort that went into making it. These guys were like, let's just get some AI dogs. Talk to Starbuck.
Panicked, the dog handled it. Not to brag, but yeah, I'm kind of a hero.
Be honest, did the dinosaurs ever have you tuck your tail between your legs?
Absolutely. I ran, jumped, and acted like dinosaurs were right behind me.
Yeah.
All while keeping my eye on a tennis ball.
You pulled that off for a tennis ball?
Like, this isn't even funny. It's not even witty. Like, I'm mad at the AI. Of course, the fact that they're generating these fake images and it's this fake dog. Like, the script's not even funny. Did you make AI write the script? It's not even witty. Like, if you're going to sell your soul and make this AI slop garbage, by the way, they tried to generate the same exact microphone that I have for my guests, my other microphones. But it's like, you're not even going to try to make it funny? Like, that's as funny as you can make. Yes, I had to hide my tail between my legs as I ran away from these dinosaurs. It was so scary. It's the best you could fucking do, really, for a multi-million-dollar movie? And the studio watched this and was like, yeah, that's good enough. Go ahead and drop it on Instagram, buddy.
Please tell me they treated you like a star between takes. To be fair, Frenchie, the tennis ball squeaked.
Mithy Eve says, gotta bail and get back to work. Mithy Eve, thank you so much for blessing us with 5 beautiful memberships. Thank you so much for being here. And good luck with work.
Okay, that's an important detail, but a performance like that must have earned you some serious star treatment. I had my own 5-star treat station, cold water, cooling towels, the full setup. You can't carry a movie on an empty stomach. Most important question, do you survive? No more spoilers from me. You'll have to see it yourself to find out more. Frenchie and I already have our tickets to the premiere on August 14th, and we can't wait to see you in action. Thanks for the support, guys. Make sure to bring plenty of popcorn.
Okay, when they laugh, it's like disturbing, but like it's also kind of like cute. That's so fucking weird.
Make sure to bring plenty of popcorn.
They're giving us like such a hearty laugh. You silly, stupid AI dogs. They laughed. Yeah, they laughed earlier too. It's so freaky, dude. It's so unsettling.
Game over.
I don't like this at all. I don't like the dogs laughing.
Thanks for the support, guys. Make sure to bring plenty of popcorn.
Okay, this is fucking cursed. Okay, this is horrific. Okay, so you want to see what... So now, how do people feel about this? Let's see. Luke Barnett puts out this tweet. Says, The Odyssey. Look how we put 50 guys in a literal Trojan horse, half filled with water. Made $1 billion. Project Hail Mary. Check it out. The alien is a literal puppet. $700 million they made. Sinners. Here's a 10-minute breakdown of how Kodak film works. They make $400 million. Warner Brothers. Look at these AI-generated dogs. And it's called, what was it called again? Dog Pack. The Dog Pack. Again, dude, I swear to God, these are going to be the end of me. You guys are laughing now. I'm going to lose my YouTube streaming career to a bunch of AI fake dogs. You think, again, you people find it disturbing. Most people find this cute. Look, oh, look, the golden retriever laughed. Look how funny. This is disturbing, man. Billy. Look at this. Everybody's turning on this movie. Billy says, genuinely about to refund my ticket for this movie because of this. Jesus Christ. Rolo Tony says they've got 2 big Hollywood stars and fucking dinosaurs, yet they've resorted to selling the movie with this bullshit before it's even out. Yeah, that is such a bizarre marketing move. Hey, our movie has a dog. Let's put him on the AI Dog Podcast. Like, they're already... You know what I'm saying? Like, they're treating this like Jimmy Kimmel. We'll have Matthew, we'll have, fuck, I forgot the names. We'll have Ewan McGregor go to Jimmy Kimmel, and then we'll have Starbuck go on the Dog Pack podcast, and then we're good. We've got all our bases covered for the promotion. Mustafa Jaff sends a $2 donut. Thank you so much, Mustafa, and says, the fuck that I just walk into reminds me of Sasquatch. Yeah, I'm sorry. AI slop. It's in the thumbnail, guys. The dog is in the thumbnail. Horrible. Drax says the economy will crash before then. Don't worry. Okay, cool. As long as we're all in the shit together. So everybody is refunding their tickets. Vesper says, okay, I don't want to see this movie anymore. Absolutely not. But if you go to the quotes, it's like brutal. Trey the Explainer says, first promo to motivate me to not see a movie that I was originally going to see. So again, if the movie was tracking to open with $25 to $30 million, if they don't hit that, you might be able to blame this ad. Like, what the fuck? Advertisers, listen to the people, man. Okay, listen to people. People don't want this AI slot bullshit. Now, if you wanted to watch the movie and if you're interested in watching the movie, should you skip it entirely because of like one AI ad? Look, I don't know. You know, there's a lot of talented artists and filmmakers and crew members that worked on the film. If you like an actor or something, don't throw it all out because like the marketing department made a bad decision. But like the marketing department is kind of a reflection of the studio. Like it's one thing if the marketing department had that idea, but there was someone in there in the chain of command that should have said, no, we're not doing this. So I'm not going to let Warner Brothers off the hook. I don't give a shit about Warner Brothers ultimately. But if you did want to watch the film, Like, it's not the worst thing you could do. At least you're not finding out one of them is a fucking Zionist or like pro-genocide. But this is definitely a turnoff. And if you're anything like me and you're a defender of the arts and you're a defender of the film industry and the TV industry, etc., at least like a human made, I'm not defending Hollywood or any people in specific. This is concerning. This is concerning, you know? So, yeah, Slop Loma says the movie looks shit. That's the main issue with the movie, right? Is that it looks like shit. It just doesn't look good. But this is just bad, man. This is bad. And don't give people more of a reason to ignore this shit. Don't give people more of a reason to, I don't know, man, to turn away from movies. The movie was made by humans, promote it. Traditionally. You don't have to fucking resort to this bullshit, man. You know? I'm just going to update the members real quick. 377. Boom, baby. Like, yeah, people like Ewan McGregor, right? I mean, he was fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's someone you can use for your marketing. Anne Hathaway, again, beloved actress. I mean, I know some people, there was some backlash against her. I don't remember why people didn't stop liking her a few years ago, but like, she's literally starring in The Odyssey, one of the biggest movies of all time. Use that. Use her face in the marketing, you know? Penelope is now in the shitty dinosaur movie. Something. Anything. But this, like, what boomer decided to do this? And now, if that wasn't bad, if using AI to ruin movie marketing wasn't bad enough, look at this. AI is now answering 911 calls in New Orleans. Fucking crazy, dude. Can you imagine you're like panicking, scared shitless? There's someone trying to kill you in your house. You're like, hello, I need to speak to someone. I have an emergency. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you repeat that calmly? I am an AI. It's like, what lady? I'm dying. I'm about to get stabbed. What do you mean you're AI? The AI handles incoming calls and is supposed to analyze and prioritize the calls so that if multiple people phone in about the same incident, the chatbot will handle the repetitive calls about the same incident. Critics warn that the automatic speech recognition systems may cause problems, the AI may hold hidden biases, and that human 911 responders are needed. Dude, this is terrifying. This is fucking terrifying. It's one thing to replace customer care employees with AI. Of course, it's annoying. Nobody likes it, but like, it's not a life or death situation. If you're calling a customer care thing because you can't figure out your software, or you can't figure something out, it's annoying to speak to an automated message or like or AI or anything like that. Chatting with AI, it all fucking sucks. I've almost broken many phones because of that. Absolutely. But you'll eventually figure it out. And it'll eventually be okay because your life isn't at risk. But if you're calling 911 to report a crime, your house is being broken into, someone's holding you at gunpoint, someone's kidnapped a loved one, you need to talk to a fucking human being. Are you shitting me? And like, what if you get a racist AI? It doesn't want to pick up on like a black person. What happens then? They're like, look, you know, some AI might have some hidden biases. What do you mean hidden biases? What kind of artificial... Is Claude? Is it Claude? Is it Grok? Grok's a fucking racist piece of shit, dude. Is Grok gonna do it? What do you mean? It's just crazy. Is it crazy? And again, sticking to AI, I just saw this while I was on Twitter while filming. It says, Brad Pitt says AI could help more mid-budget movies get made. There's a lot of pushback against AI, but AI is going to be the very thing that, if used as a tool, is going to help these mid-budget films, 40 to 90 million budgeted films, get made, he told Esquire. There we go. More rich, successful people in Hollywood, people that have already made their millions of dollars with the traditional way of doing things, now telling everyone else to embrace AI, embrace this industry-killing tool that is based on fucking theft. Why am I getting a Brickmania ad? This is a bricking household. This is a bricking household, not Brickmania LB. So said Brad Pitt says AI. Let's see. Brad Pitt says AI could help more mid-budget films get made if it's used as a tool. Going to be a very interesting experiment. Yeah, of course, of course. Why don't you go beat your kids on an airplane again, motherfucker? Brad Pitt is keeping an open mind about AI use in movies, saying that it could actually help more mid-budget projects get made. The Oscar-winning actor was asked his thoughts on the topic in a new Esquire cover story, particularly when it comes to creating visual effects that could otherwise be very expensive. There's a lot of pushback against AI, but AI is going to be the very thing that, if used as a tool, is going to help these mid-budget films, 40 to 90 million budgeted films, get made, Pitt said. Elaborate more. However, he has more complicated feelings towards AI being used to replace actors. Oh, not that it affects him. You know, if it's gonna replace the VFX industry, oh, I don't care. It's just a cheaper tool now. Who needs VFX artists? Who needs all that expensive shit, you know? But replacing me as an actor, now all of a sudden he has doubts. He's got no doubts for VFX, right? That's it. Burn it all. Burn the whole VFX industry. But you need actors. Motherfucker. If you can generate a whole fucking battle scene in 5 fucking seconds, same fucking logic. Fuck the actors. It's a slippery slope. Well, we can generate all of this with AI, but definitely not replace actors. It's the same shit. It's all the same. Don't look out for yourself and then shit on the people that make these movies possible. However, he has more complicated feelings if it's used to replace actors. Questioned if he believes AI could replicate one of his performances, Pitt told Esquire, well, it depends on who's creating it, you know, who's behind it, who's telling the story, who's saying, I want to see this emotion from him, and then being able to mine through whatever AI provides and going more in this direction and tailoring it in that way. So they could, but the final product might not be my choices and what I found and discovered in the thing. Pitt added that AI use in movies is going to be a very interesting experiment, and also discussed the controversial practice of body scanning, which is often done to aid in stunt work, battle scenes, or de-aging, but has raised concerns over licensing and how the scans may be used in the future. They're telling us all to scan ourselves, Pitt said. I've been scanned for the last 20 years, and I've always put in my contract I own them and I destroy them. I should have kept them. All this time, I've always had them destroyed because I'm paranoid Ozark boy. Pitt also admitted that he heard an AI song the other day that was pretty damn good, but added it had a repetitive nature to it. It's not going to be the same as hearing her voice, a woman's voice, a person's voice. Why did it become her voice? Pitt's next movie is Heart of the Beast, about a special forces soldier who survives a plane crash with his dog, and he'll then reprise his Oscar-winning role as Cliff Booth in a follow-up to Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that's being directed by David Fincher, titled The Adventures of Cliff Booth. Esquire described the movie blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't give a shit about the rest of this shit. So again, you got more Hollywood elites telling us to embrace AI. Him, George Lucas, Peter Jackson, Andy Serkis, fucking Reese Witherspoon, just embrace AI. It's the future. It's what you need to make a movie. Disgusting. Disgusting. Also, we talked about this, but now it's being discussed more widely. Roku has started a 24/7 channel that plays AI slot movies. The channel also runs AI-generated ads from various companies, source Yahoo Entertainment, and we looked at that together, remember? Roku AI. We watched some of that. It's kind of ridiculous. There it is. These are the kinds of AI films you can watch on that 24/7 Roku AI channel.
Welcome, sire. I see you've been unable to evict these French scoundrels, Lord Renfrew. Forgive me, sire.
Fuck it, man. I'm just going to start making AI movies. Fuck it. I'm going to make my own AI channel. AI movies for everyone to see, folks. Nightmare. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for the End of Oak Street. Are you guys going to watch the End of Oak Street? Let me make a poll. Did the AI dog video... Why is it all caps? And then we're going to get to Denims and Hasan. Did the AI dog video make you less interested in the film? Yes, no. Still don't care. Boom! Hit us with your votes, folks. Hit us with your votes. Did the movie make you less did the AI dog video make you less interested? Yes, no, or you just never cared to begin with? People are saying you're less interested because of the dog. Okay. Interesting. And with that, folks, we move on to Denims was recently a guest on Hasan's stream to do a hummus tier list, which is delicious. We're not going to watch the hummus tier list. We're just going to watch a conversation about Ethan Klein. And yeah, we're going to watch that. But first, there's a quick clip of Denims said that she was invited to a podcast. Oh, QKAD. Let me. I tried to find that, but I couldn't find it. YouTube. Maki's hungry, guys. Maki's hungry. I can't find the podcast that she's talking about. She's saying she was on a podcast. I cannot find it anywhere.
I think Ethan is, he doesn't want to play with me anymore. I think he started to, I think Ethan is, he doesn't.
One sec. Maki. Let's watch this clip real quick.
Want to play with me anymore. I think Ethan is, he doesn't want to play with me anymore. I think he started to realize he is not the farmer, he is the farmed. I think
he's been the farmed for a while. We've been farming Ethan for a minute now.
He has begun to realize that. He's not the milker, he is the milk. Mm-hmm.
Morning Glory Milking Farm. Ethan is the Minotaur. Oh, I don't want to. No.
Mm-hmm. I did get on the Close All Tabs podcast with my friend and friend of the show, Morgan Sung. It was very fun. You should go and check it out if you haven't seen it. It came out 3 days ago. I forgot to tell you guys about it. I don't know how I've...
Close All Tabs? Dude, is this like a made-up channel? What is this? Is this a real channel? Close all tabs? I've done everything to find this podcast. It doesn't exist. Okay. Doesn't exist. Has anybody seen this thing?
But, yes, an image of political streamer Denims wearing a crown laid over a screenshot of Ethan Klein video. Of an Ethan Klein YouTube video in the style of reaction content thumbnails. So yeah, if you guys would like to check that out, please go for it. It's a great episode. Just talk about the lawsuit and stuff. Highly recommend. Give it some love. I think Ethan is, he doesn't.
Let's see. I guess it's not on YouTube. KQED. Okay. Why the Ethan Klein fair use lawsuits are way more than internet beef. Okay, so I guess we gotta listen to it here.
From KQED. Each story you hear on Planet Money starts with a question. What?
It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken. In that time, I've had 3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds, and I've pissed off 75% of the internet.
And I became insane.
Okay. I mean, it's audio only apparently, so I don't know if we're going to listen to that. But we do have a video of Denims with Hasan talking about the lawsuits. Let's check it out. Let's see. Because, I mean, look, at the end of the day, this is kind of linked to Hasan, right? Like, Denims got sued for reacting to the content nuke. Ethan couldn't sue Hasan straight up, so he tried to sue every single one in Hasan's orbit. And I don't mean orbit as in orbiters, like friends or people he's associated with. He sued, and whoever was at his house during the content cop, right? He's sued iDubbbz. He has sued Denims. He has sued Frogan. He has sued Caseytron. He threatened to sue Sean the Black. Everyone who was tangentially connected to Hasan, Ethan has tried to make their lives a living hell, to punish them and to punish Hasan for criticizing Ethan. So now that Denims was essentially sued for reacting to a video that was about Hasan, I'm curious to see what their conversation is going to entail. While they eat delicious hummus, this is going to make me want some fucking hummus ASAP.
Transformational.
Yep.
And it was transformative.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Denims is here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna.
And yes, the queen of fair use.
We're gonna do something crazy. What's going on? Denims is here, and she brought gifts. Here, this is your seat. Where's your seat? Okay, yeah. Thank you. Hold on. Here we go. Push some of the stuff back.
And Denims knows her hummus, okay? Denims is at least half Arab. I always forget if she's Moroccan or Egyptian, but Denims is gonna know her hummus, okay? Denims is an Arab lady, okay? She knows her hummus. She knows what is good hummus. She knows if there's too little or too much tahini versus the chickpeas, lemon, garlic, all of that. She should know the mix. It's in her blood. She has no choice. She has no choice in the matter. She knows hummus. She knows hummus, guys. Okay, all us Arabs do.
What have you brought us today?
Okay, well.
You gotta talk into the microphone.
Right. Okay, so I thought it'd be fun to do a hummus tier list.
Uh-huh.
You know, not at all in celebration of a certain different tier list that
both Moroccan and Egyptian. See, double Arab.
Got a couple creators banned. Just
Yeah.
some random creators. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Get
yes,
the board.
thank you, please.
We have a board as well. Did you print out the different hummus types as well? God damn, look at that.
No, she killed it. Wait, let me screw it.
Oh. Do you want me to grab it? Hold on.
That Hasan is a producer now?
I got it. Let me see if I can. You condemn me.
Good.
There it is.
I think it's good.
You can kind of see on the Weiss shot. Do you condemn me? Do you disavow Hasan Piker?
No, but I do
You should.
condemn.
That's crazy.
I do condemn Hank Pecker. That guy
Okay.
is a disgusting piece of shit.
Okay, good. All right,
He
that's
doesn't
a good
stand for
start.
my values.
That's a good start. Okay. And so we brought you on today because you are now known as the free speech queen. What does that mean for people who are unfamiliar with why you are the free speech and fair use queen?
So maybe you know of a guy called Ethan Klein.
Mm-hmm.
He sued me for copyright infringement, or he alleged copyright infringement because I watched his content, not puke, nuke on you.
I call it the context.
The
nuke.
context nuke
Yeah.
because it's lacking context.
Context puke is what you called it, Hasan.
Yeah. It was just a mishmash of haphazardly put together clips out of context. It's actually really interesting because I've thought about this before we get to the hummus stuff, before we get to the tier list. I've thought about this a lot. Like, I feel like there are probably so many people who watched it at the time and they just, because the media environment and people's attitude about like Israel Palestine was like dramatically different than it is now. And people were just like not knowledgeable about it at all. And they probably were like, yeah, this guy's actually so scary. And as time has gone by, I feel like it's like wine. You know, with time, it ages very well. Like his takes age very poorly, but I think like my takes have aged very well because you know people have tried to make a big deal out of some of my positions, some of the things that I've said. Which district is this candidate running for? Okay.
I feel like when the chair was next to you, it felt.
And I do agree. I think as the genocide continues to happen, as the ethnic cleansing continues to happen here in Lebanon, as Israel is revealed for what it truly is, a lot of Hasan's takes are going to age well. More and more people are turning their backs on Israel. More and more young Americans are turning their backs on Israel, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. Not like, you know, middle of the road Democrats, but like young people, actual Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They don't fuck with Israel. Both Republicans and liberals. That's the cool thing. No, again, not liberals, like actual leftists. Leftists and Republicans are united in their hatred for Israel. Maybe they don't hate it for the same reasons. Maybe some of them just don't want to send them tax money because they want to spend their tax dollars here in the U.S. The point is, Americans are now historically, it's a historical high where they lack support for Israel. And that can only mean good things for the future. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's going to be too late. By the time that Americans actually fully turn their backs on Israel, Gaza would have disappeared. Lebanon might have fucking disappeared by then.
Better.
It's to the side is better because then we can, you know, have a, you know, normal conversation. Also, it looks better on camera.
Okay, you're right. The side to side. Yeah.
It looks way more professional on camera. Okay, we're moving.
Oh,
the
this is a
camera.
nice backdrop. This is a nice backdrop.
Yeah, it's a better backdrop. You got the New York Post, Ram Mamdani, the Hateful Slate, all that good stuff.
But I will say, sitting here definitely feels like I feel like I'm observing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, this is more professional setup. It's not a big deal. We're moving up in the world, and the lighting is better, and we're just getting better every day. All right. So, but what I was saying is the context nuke. Like, I wonder how many people that watched it back then that were like, this guy's a radical. He's a dangerous radical. I wonder how many of those people would, if they were to look back at it with today's eyes, how many of them would be like, what the was I thinking?
Yeah, I think a lot. I think also it didn't have like a salient message at the core of it other than like sympathizer. But then you like ask anyone to like elaborate and they didn't retain anything from it. So anyone who still holds that opinion, who's like too far gone realistically, they can't repeat anything. It's like, he brought it on his stream. It's like, source?
Yeah.
Source. And then beyond that, I think it's like, I mean, all of it was that he'd already been talking about for months.
Yeah.
So it was like boring as
what
fuck.
happened? So let's go back to the beginning. So he made this video.
Meta Tech Industry says, why are they still talking about this? Well, because Ethan still has active lawsuits out against Frogan, iDubbbz, believe it or not, and Denims recently won her case via tentative judgment versus Ethan, and Ethan just recently filed for an appeal. So it's, as long as Ethan doesn't drop the lawsuits and he filed for an appeal, it's always relevant to talk about. The question should be, why is Ethan suing these people, not why are they talking about it?
It was just chock full of Hasbara, pro-Israel propaganda, not so subtle. And it was just like a Reddit post that he compiled with other people helping him. And he slammed it into this video that I never really fully watched. To this day, I haven't finished it, which was really funny. I've reacted to it many, many months later. But you, being the content demon that you are, insta-locked your reaction. You were like, we're going to watch it live.
Yeah, I thought that it would be hilarious. And I was totally right. It was hilarious with how bad it was.
Yeah.
So I got sued for that, along with two other people, Casey and Frogan. And I got to say, it is a little bit uncouth, but also a little crazy that the way that I found out was because of his video. So I'm like watching his video. I'm like, this is like a really bad prank, right? Like this is like the world's worst, cringiest
You're saying
prank.
the video that came after where he was like lighting the
I'm
money
suing
on
these
fire.
three creators as the title of the video. And I was like, no, this is not real. This is too ridiculous to be real. Then I find out it's real. I'm like, let's take a look at the reaction. I take a look, I'm like, we're fine.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour video. I made it 4 hours, fought the case or fought the lawsuit.
Kaya's trying to break in.
Oh, hi, Kaya.
Yeah.
Fought the lawsuit.
Kaya's going to want some of that hummus. Kaya wants the hummus. You keeping Kaya away from that hummus?
And my team, great team, they filed a motion. Basically, it's a motion to dismiss. It's a motion on judgment of the pleadings. And we won. Let's go.
Yeah.
And his own precedent was cited against him. Somebody else countered it. I think it was like 14 times.
Yeah, no, it was an unbelievable victory for fair use. The same person that had this pivotal court case back in the day that really played a huge moment in like his profile being boosted as like the defender of fair use, the guy who established a precedent for DMCAs and fair use in general, was now trying to violate his own precedent. And lucky for us, the courts found it to be totally ridiculous. I think one of the funniest parts about it was
big girl.
Parts about it from my perspective was not just that they were using his own precedent against him, but they were using his own legal team's words against him as well. Because one of the ideas that he tried to establish was the fact that you were...
Chris says, I have loved H3, but these lawsuits are insane. Oh yeah. Do you still love H3, Chris? Are you still an H3 fan or a viewer? Because to me, like, it's crazy. Like, to me, if you're watching this show, and I'm not telling you to leave, obviously, but like, like, how could someone, like, it's so hard for me to separate Ethan from the person he's become over the last 2 years. Even when they're doing just goofs and gaffes, it's impossible to separate that from this. So, like, is it just the lawsuit stuff that turns you off from Ethan? Or, like, is it his pro-Israel advocacy? Ela going to Israel just recently, them complaining all the time, making themselves to be the victims. Like, to me, the lawsuits were just another part of the things that made me hate their show. But it was just the things that they were saying, the Zionist propaganda that they were doing on their show.
In violation of fair use, and that he ended up saying that he didn't like your reaction. Like, he didn't like your takeaway from the content. As in, he openly was endorsing the idea that you had transformed it, just not in the way that he liked it.
Yeah, I think like the exact quote is something like, while Denims' use was transformative, and she used it for the exact opposite purpose of Ethan Klein's original video, and he's arguing that his own video was meant to push people against you.
Sorry, what is it? Meta Tech Industries. I'm listening to people like this pod now because I thought I might have misjudged Hasan after he rallied for Abdul. So Meta Tech, are you pro? So you like Abdul? So you're pro Abdul? I'm just trying to understand, but what's happening? Chris says it's all of it, and the Guam Lebanon slander was so effed up. Yeah, Chris. Okay, makes sense. So Chris is no longer fucking with H3. Metatech Chris Industries, welcome. You're welcome. I mean, I've we're enemies of the H3 pod here, but I would say technically tangential friends of the Hasan Abi broadcast. Not official friends, but we have been mentioned on there a few times. He's a friend of the show from a distance.
That my stream was doing the opposite. He's like, it was infrequently and dishonest. And then obviously, fair use doesn't dictate that, like, your commentary.
You've been banned from chat, huh? Yeah, that happens. That happens, man. Yeah, I like H3. I was a member. I mean, to me, like, if you can watch the show and watch H3, that's pretty impressive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to me, H3 became like such an evil corporation.
Has to be good, or that your commentary has to be.
Oh, no, so you love Abdul. Okay, great. Yeah, cool.
Factually accurate.
Yeah, it just has to be transformational.
Yep.
And it was transformative.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Which it was.
So since then, you still
Wait,
have.
sorry. Could I get some water?
Yeah.
I'm so thirsty. Thank you so
God,
much.
now
Thank
everyone's
you.
gonna yell at me and be like, "Dude, you didn't offer her water."
Why the f didn't you offer me?
This is the first time I've had a guest on that we forgot to give water to or any kind of bevs beforehand. And you would be the one who's like, I need some water. Horrible host. I know.
No, I had some
hate
Red
women.
Bull. I had some Red Bull. That's also true. But I had some Red Bull, and then I think, like, I don't know, the caffeine dried my mouth out or something.
Right here, Hannah. I don't know why you went all the way over there.
Oh,
Don't
thanks.
explain why you need water. Hasan can provide you with water. Don't worry. It's like, I know, it's okay, Denims. You're allowed to have a water.
What the fuck is wrong with you? They're saying, oh God. Okay, so there's another purpose here because the lawsuit has the initial file to dismiss was cleared by the judge, but there's still an opportunity for Ethan to continue his legal pursuit.
So
And yeah,
I'm
by the way,
pretty sure.
Metatech, if you've been listening to H3 and their take on Hasan, of course they're going to make you hate Hasan. So if you're coming in from the H3 podcast, you're coming in with a very warped view of Hasan. Now, again, is Hasan perfect? Has Hasan had the best takes always and forever? No. But generally, he does advocate for good things. Medicare for all, not funding the Israeli genocide of Palestinians, etc., etc. But if you're, I would say listen to Hasan directly is the best thing. You know what I mean? Listen to Hasan directly would be the best thing you could do. Don't listen to Ethan's take on Hasan. Don't listen to my take on Hasan. Listen to Hasan, but definitely don't get your opinions about Hasan Piker from Ethan, because those are very personal. Those are very biased. Those are coming from a bitter person who now blames the demise of his podcast, the shrinking of his channel, the shrinking of his viewership because of Hasan and his audience. It all started with the Hasan versus Ethan debate on capitalism. When Ethan was kind of defending capitalism, he started to see cracks and notice that, like, a lot of Hasan fans were like, okay, we maybe don't fuck with Ethan. But then they were fine. But then that exploded after October the 7th, when Ethan started kind of defending and justifying some of the things that Israel was doing, or like saying that, like, well, I mean, you can't say free Palestine, and if you say from the river to the sea, that's what it means. And then Hamas builds bases under hospitals and like weird things to justify what was happening over there, and saying that Hamas uses human shields, bringing Loner Box on, bringing Ahmad Fuad al-Khatib on. So, then he got angry at Hasan and his audience. And it's like, motherfucker, you're out there, you're saying all the Zionist shit. You can't be mad at people for pointing it out. You're saying it. And then for a year, Hasan kept defending Ethan, kept telling his audience, like, hey, don't turn on Ethan. Ethan is one of the good guys. He can be turned. Like, Ethan is against Israel. He's against the genocide, etc., etc. While Ethan was obsessing over Hasan for a year. Daily Instagram stories, talking about him on his podcast nonstop, until Hasan finally decided to respond. So
He's on the record. Is this a fine place to put it?
Yeah.
You want me to put it on the floor? Would that be better?
Yeah, probably better for the camera angles.
So he, even though he said, like, I'm going to respect the judges no matter their decision, he decided he changed his mind. And so now he's appealing it. I think he's begun filing the necessary, like, paperwork to appeal it because he doesn't want to accept the loss for whatever reason, I guess. So we're going to fight it.
Well, I feel like it has nothing to do with the actual. Why isn't it flipping? What's going on? Oh,
yeah, it has nothing to do with copyright. That's what Hasan's gonna say. It has nothing to do with copyright. It has nothing to do with protecting his content. It has nothing to do with like him trying to save React content. He just wants to silence his critics. He wants to make people think twice before they criticize him on stream. He wants to make people think twice before they ever react to one of his videos, because you never know. You're never gonna know. Shit, is this video registered with the Library of Congress? Is he gonna sue me for reacting to this? Is he gonna register his interview with David Pakman with the Library of Congress? Is he gonna try to sue me for reacting to it when I watch it?
sorry. I'm paying attention to everything that's going on. I feel like it has nothing to do with the actual outcome of the court case. It has more to do with burning as much money as possible and simultaneously forcing you to spend time on this. And I think for the longest time, part of the reason why he was able to get away with this and it was like beneficial for him is because he could make content out of it. He was dunking on women, and you know, there's definitely a market for that on the internet. It's gross, but also because there were no like people in the commentary sphere that were just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I don't think people realize like, hey, dude, the slop that you put out, you only get to put that out because React content is a thing that's defended by the courts. So like siding with like a lawsuit that would hurt your ability to make React content is insane. This is why the same thing with the appeal. Like if the appeal goes through, God forbid I somehow lose the appeal, like that's not good for the flop tubers that make all this content.
Yeah, I really worry a lot. Like I've lost a lot of sleep over this. People don't realize this, but my favorite content creator, I don't know if you know of him. His name is M Pegasus.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, more Pegaslop. And I really worry that if this new legal standard is set, like I'm afraid I'm going to have to sue the living shit out of him.
Well, it's about the imports and exports.
Yeah. Because
of Singapore.
Exactly.
If Ethan Klein wins his appeal, I'm going to sue anybody who has ever reacted to any of my shit. I'm suing Asmongold. I'm suing Nerdrotic. I'm suing Ethan Klein for even using me in his content nuke. I'm suing everybody. That's it. If Ethan wins the appeal, I'm suing. I don't care who. I don't care where they live. I'm suing. It's all going to become a suing game. No more React content ever. It's over for the internet. Anybody reacts to my shit, you're getting a lawsuit. That's it. You fuckers. MMMoza sends an 18 AED dono. Thank you so much, MMMoza, for the generous dono. That's so kind. That's so kind. Says, do you remember when Ethan kept asking Hasan to kiss and Hasan kept saying no? I think that's partially what made Ethan start acting like a crazy ex. Didn't they kiss though? They did peck real quick. Didn't they? There is a kiss between Ethan and Hasan. Don't make me look it up. Ethan, Hasan, kiss. Images. Yep. No, wait, no. Is that AI? That's not real. So Ethan kissed this guy? And Ethan kissed this guy? What's up with Ethan kid? But no Hasan, huh?
As a businessman, I'm wearing a suit. For those of you who don't know, I'm a businessman. I'm a numbers guy, but I'm also a business guy. And I really want to do business with the beautiful nation state of Singapore, the beautiful city.
So Curtis Connor, yeah, that's Curtis Connor right here. Wait, did I lose that picture? Yeah, that was Curtis Connor.
State of Singapore.
I just don't feel safe doing business with Singapore.
You're a businesswoman.
Exactly.
Which I can tell from your outfit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And as to like we're getting together, it's a meeting of the minds. We're thinking about imports and exports. We're thinking about the Strait of Malacca. We're worried that it might close. But as long as, traffic is unimpeded in the Strait of Malacca, the only other concern that we have is defamation. And also fair use protections in the nation, in the city-state of Singapore. state of Singapore. Yeah, I said it right. And the ports of Singapore. They're always on my mind.
Yeah.
Guys, by the way, I need a haircut. Don't judge me for my hair. I know my hair needs a haircut. I cut my hair before the wedding I had in the summer in the States. Went to like a nice little local barbershop next to a Safeway supermarket. Bunch of Asian people in there. I don't know what country from Asia. What was it? Koreans? Who are the, like, which Asian community has dominated the haircutting industry? I think it's Koreans. Anyways, the sweet Korean lady was like, you can sit in my chair. I sat over there. Everybody else was busy. She did a pretty good job, but my hair's gotten long. My hair has gotten long.
Always thinking about it. I'm always thinking about, you know, whether or not we can continue to do business with them.
Yeah. So there's a GoFundMe. If you go to Ethan Klein Lied, okay? I'm going to show, well, hold on. What are you doing? No, I don't know. What if it like accidentally leaked my address? You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to wait out. But you just immediately went to it. That's crazy. Thank God I wasn't like logged in. Okay, that's fine. It didn't. We're good. Okay, I'm just looking to see that because if I did that with the Act Blue link, you would have literally shown my home address and everything else. And credit card information, because it automatically fills it sometimes.
There are browser extensions that will spoof your address.
What? Okay, I didn't know that's the thing. Well, I should do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so good thing that we didn't dox me. I'll put it back on desktop. You can go back to hitting buttons. Okay. But yeah, Denims versus Ethan Klein Fair Use Lawsuit Defense Fund. You're seeking to fundraise up to $100,000. It's currently at $65,000. And you guys can go and donate at ethankleinlie.com. We're going to do another one for Frogan as well. But yeah, so in order to pump those numbers, we wanted to do a hummus taste test.
Oh yeah.
So that's where
that's
what we're going to do today.
That's very nice of them. Okay, I didn't know that they were doing this to help like pump the numbers for the fundraiser. That's sweet of Hasan. And to do one for Frogan, I think that's also necessary. That's cool. That's nice of him. Okay, trying to help them raise a little bit of money for these lawsuits. That's appreciated from Hasan. That's nice. That is a kind thing to do. And that's pretty much it. I'm excited. I am very excited to watch that David Pakman on H3 episode, because dude, that is gonna be gold to react to. Oh my god, David Pakman, fucking David A. Pakman, and Ethan Klein joining forces to shit on Hasan, to justify Israel, to say that Israel is killing people by mistake. It's just collateral damage. They're not purposefully going after people. That is going to be fucking crazy. But it seems like they're not streaming today. There's no podcast posted yet. So I don't know if it's happening today or Wednesday or something, but goddamn, I promise you guys, full reaction when David Pakman is on the H3 podcast. Full fucking reaction, folks. Full reaction. Okay, I'm wondering if I should take a break and then do another stream on my second channel, or if you react to some Piers Morgan, folks. There's this crazy psycho lady, this devil lady, this fucking psycho,
and your supporters ethnically cleansing the West Bank.
We want the Jewish state to be for Jews.
Yes. We're watching
Welcome
this
back
bitch.
to...
Sorry, guys. I'm going to call... I fucking hate this lady, okay? So I'm gonna curse at her. This will be the last time. I'm not going to curse. But I did just call her a B word. I did, okay? And I will take the criticism. I will accept my punishment, folks, for calling this woman a bitch. I'm sorry. I did it again. I can't, folks. She's evil. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, anyways, let's start watching the conversation with Daniella Weiss.
Welcome back to Uncensored, Daniella Weiss. We just saw a clip from the BBC report in the West Bank interviewing Yehuda Shimon, a lawyer with an organization that represents Israelis arrested for violence against Palestinians. Now, when a top Israeli lawyer says on camera to the BBC that one Jewish life is worth 10 million Palestinian lives, and says he knows it's racist to say that, it feels pretty outrageous to the rest of us watching. Were you outraged by what he said, or did you agree with him?
It's an expression that I did not use, so you should ask him about it, and I am responsible for my expressions. So this is not the kind of sentence that I would use.
Would you say that a Jewish life is worth exactly...
Saw them on Chris's... Rusher says, saw them on Chris's stream. They were meant... Ooh, Chris talked about this lady.
...the same as a Palestinian life. That one life is worth the same as another.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the full sentence or the full question. Could you please ask it again?
Would you say, therefore, that one Jewish life is worth the same as one Palestinian life?
It's not, I mean, I just said it, but I'm ready to say it again. I know that according to my religion, human beings were created. The human being, the first Adam, was created by God, and all human beings were the result of this creation. So why do you bring me into this?
She can't even say yes, one Palestinian life is equal to one Jewish life. Just fucking say yes, you fucking devil psycho. Sharmuta shlikkis. There, I'm not going to call her the B word, but I'm going to call her worse words in Arabic.
A channel of comparing one to the other. I respect people of other nations, people of other religions. The only situation where things clash is when other religions, people of other religions or other nations clash with us, with Israel or with Jews. I don't see us attacking others or clashing with others unless they start. And I think it's a well-known thing. So I don't know what corner you are in now. I really don't understand.
Sorry, just to be clear.
The Jewish religion.
Just to be right, but just to be clear, somebody else that follows your religion, Yehuda Shimon, who's a lawyer with a big organization that represents Israelis arrested for violence against Palestinians, he is the one that said a Jewish life is worth 10 million Palestinian lives. I think it's interesting and notable that you don't agree with him, but I'm just asking you in the context.
One Jewish life is worth 10 million Palestinian lives. I don't think she doesn't agree with him. She doesn't want to answer your question.
First of what he said. I don't know about it. I don't know the person. And if you want to dwell on this, it's your decision. I have so many things to think about.
No, I'm going to come to other issues. I guarantee you. This is not why we got you on the program, but it is a story that's happened in the last few days. It has caused a lot of outrage. I think it's notable that you don't agree with what he said, but I just want to be quite clear.
No, I don't.
Because you seem to want to give.
Don't agree.
But just to be. No, but am I right in concluding that you believe a Jewish life is worth the same as a Palestinian life, and a Palestinian life is worth the same as a Jewish life? Do you agree with that statement?
I tried to listen to the previous...
Meta Tech Industry says you met this person? You've met this person? Where? Moses, I said through work, crossed paths over something from my boss at the time in Israel. Oh, shit. You've been to Palestine? Meta Tech Industries. Okay. You been to Israel? Disagreed something with my boss regarding land. Metatech Industries, what do you think about Israel? What are your thoughts about Israel? In Israel, I said through work, crossed paths over something from my boss at the time in Israel. Is your boss in Israel or were you in Israel? Oh, you're from Israel. I'm from Israel. Don't live there now. Okay. When you say from Israel, like, are your ancestors like Arab or like European? Because no one's really from Israel because Israel did not exist. Israel's not a real country. You know that, right? I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude, but like I'm Lebanese and you know my thoughts about Israel, so.
Item of your program, it was about men and women. So like what you're asking now about Jews and other people, it reminds me like comparing between a man and a woman. Each individual has his characteristics, his nature, and what is the point of this comparison? I'm a woman.
I don't understand why you can't just give me a straight answer.
I am, and you're proud of what you are. A Jew is proud to be a Jew. And a Muslim is proud to be a Muslim. So what's this comparison?
I understand.
For? And especially,
well, let me help you.
I explained to you that I didn't know about it.
Let me help you.
So
Let me help you understand. Let me help you understand because you're clearly struggling with this. I think my life is worth the same as your life, and your life is worth the same as mine. I'm a Catholic, an Irish Catholic.
Right.
You are an Israeli Jew. All right? I think we're both worth exactly the same. I've asked you twice, and I'll only ask you one more time, but would you agree that a Jewish life is worth the same as a Palestinian life? Yes or no?
I know that you like yes or no question answers.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes or no question.
It's a very simple
answers.
question.
She's been avoiding saying yes or no for like 5 minutes. Lady, just say yes or no.
But I think that it is like a question, that refers to differences between sexes. What is more, woman or man? Say yes or no.
Well, it's not though, is it? It's not though.
One clear
it's
answer.
Not because
I don't want to give
Daniella,
a positive.
Daniella Weiss, it's
answer.
not the same.
Let me.
It's not the same. It's not the same because you're a woman and I'm a man, but I think we're both worth exactly the same. Right? A man is worth the same as a woman is worth the same as a man. So I'm just struggling to understand why you can't just say a Jewish life is worth the same as a Palestinian life.
She's a fucking schlicke. امها schlicke, اختها schlicke, عيطة كلها شراميط, أحبة, خرية, انتيكة يا خرية, كس شكلك بعيرة.
Would you agree with that?
I think that all human beings I know,
you've said that several times.
The point is why. But the point is why you came to this point. Why you're asking me this question?
Because you're a racist piece of shit, Zionist. God, I was going to say another word in English.
On the basis
you know why?
of some clash.
I just told you why.
So,
Daniella Weiss, I told you why. Because a senior Israeli lawyer says that a Jewish life is worth 10 million Palestinian lives. I told you why. I don't understand why you can't.
I do not
you keep talking about gender and everything else. I'm like, look, it's a very simple question. Do you think a Jewish life is worth?
Oh, what a fucking evil smile.
Worth the same as a Palestinian life, yes or no? You either do or you don't.
I think that all human beings were created by God. This
I know you do. You said that many times.
Itself shows that all human beings are the same.
So is a Jewish life worth the same as a Palestinian life, yes or no?
No, you will ask the same question, and I will give the same answer.
She says everybody's created by God, so they're all the same. Okay, that's her way of sidestepping it. We can move on, Piers. We can move on. We got her answer.
Why don't you want to say yes or no?
Chaviv, in Hebrew we say Chaviv Adam shenivra betzelem.
In Arabic we say Kesemmik bi'ere ya sharmuta. That's what we say in Arabic. We say Kesemmik ya shlikke eireb shaklik u eireb sliti killa ya ahbe. لكس اختك وقايرب الصهيونية وقايرب إسرائيل بقايرة. You get that one?
The nature of our flesh and blood, the nature of this creation is that it is God's creation. Why do you want me to extend on this? Because of clashes?
I just want you to answer a simple question. But look, I've tried three.
Someone wants.
With respect, I've asked you 3 times a very simple question. You choose not to answer. That's your prerogative. You don't have to, but viewers can make their own minds up. Let's turn to what's happening on the West Bank. Amnesty International has accused Israel of orchestrating a campaign of ethnic cleansing against Palestinians in the occupied West Bank. That's in a report published in June. It claimed the forced displacement was a result of deliberate state policy rather than actions of individual settlers. Are you and your supporters ethnically cleansing Palestinians from the West Bank?
The thing that I do, and people from my movement, Nakhala, and the activists and the settlers all over, what we do, we establish communities, many communities on government property, which is on millions of dunams. And I can say with much satisfaction that in the last 2 years, more than 100 new communities were established over Judea and Samaria. You call it occupied or West Bank. It's the birthplace of my nation, of our nation. I am so proud to sit here and to say in your program that I'm so happy that after the terrible massacre of the 7th of October and going so down in our history, we overcame and we really managed to create a situation in Judea and Samaria that the Oslo Accords are over and a Palestinian state is over. And this is really what preoccupies my mind, and not who is better and who is a Jew and who is not a Jew. What busies my mind is that the Jewish nation fulfills its vision in the heart of our homeland. This is where I am. And you know me already. It's not the first time that we exchange.
Meta Tech Industries, who's in our chat, Because I guess confused. I mean, look, Meta Tech. If you're new, if this is your first time watching the stream, we are very super anti-Israel here. So to see someone from Israel in the chat is a bit of a surprise for our audience and for the live chat community. You know, Israel is currently bombing my country, currently occupying like 15% of the land in Lebanon. They have burnt 20% of the cropland in Lebanon. They've burnt thousands of olive trees. We have 700,000 displaced individuals. They've killed 4,000 people in 2 months, injured 12,000 other people. We have many reasons to hate the Israelis here. So if you're going to state that you are from Israel, I guess people are going to have some questions for you. That comes with the territory of being part of a genocidal state. And we're not saying that you're genocidal. You're claiming that you've left Israel, that you don't live there for a reason. My suggestion to you, being in this community, don't be vague. If you hate Israel, if you hate the government of Israel, say it now in chat, because chat's going to want to hear it. I'm going to want to hear it too, to be honest with you. So you got to be 10 toes down against Israel. Not just I don't like Netanyahu. 10 toes down against Israel, against the whole culture, against the whole society, because it's a sick society. We've had some people from Israel in this audience, in this chat, that are actually very, very anti-Zionist, very anti-Israel, that recognize what's going on. I think the people just want to make sure you're one of those Israelis, because if you're not, you're going to find out pretty fast in the chat that people aren't going to want you around. But if you are here in good faith, and if you did leave Israel for the right reasons, and if you know that being in Israel was wrong, and if you know that you were only in Israel because of colonization and displacement and the Nakba, it's complicated. I don't want to talk on your experiences, but if you're encountering some hostility in chat, it's because we've spent the last 2.5 years covering the genocide in Gaza, talking about what's happening here in Lebanon. So people are going to have some questions. You got to be ready to answer them, I would say.
Thoughts and questions and answers. This is my one preoccupation, to fulfill the word of...
Okay, Meta Tech Industry says he's one of the good ones. So let's go. Let's go. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for one of the good ones that hates the society, the culture, knows it's a genocide, doesn't only hate Netanyahu, hates all of the politicians in Israel, knows that even the moderate side is just as fucked up as Netanyahu, that recognizes that what's happening in Lebanon is wrong, what's happening in Gaza is wrong, what's happening in the rest of the world is wrong. We're here to give people chances, folks. And how are people supposed to listen to our perspective, my perspective, if I'm not going to listen to them? So we appreciate you being here. I know it's tough.
God, that he said to Abraham, come, go on a high hill, see the land, walk through the land.
Also a girl. Oh, sorry about that. So I don't know why I assumed you're a guy. Metatech. So a lady.
And build the land. And this is what I do. All the other things are...
No, I understand. The problem is you're
life.
seizing and taking land, which, the trouble is you're seizing and taking properties that belong to Palestinians. The United Nations data indicates that more than 100 West Bank... Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. The UN data indicates that more than 100 West Bank villages were fully or partially emptied between January 2023 and April...
Yeah, we need some condemnations in chat. We need some condemnations.
2026. Last week, the UN's Human Rights Office warned that violence in the West Bank is worsening. As of 20th of July, 18...
Chris Blessing, also a girl. Why did I assume you're a guy too? Sorry, guys. I see the word Chris. I'm sexist. I'm like, Chris is a man.
Palestinians have died this year in attacks involving settlers. There were 190 attacks per month in the first 4 months of this year. If that trend continues, then it will lead to more than 2,000 attacks by the end of the year. The number of settler attacks has increased each year since 2023, following October the 7th, rising to 1,835 last...
And yeah, by the way, if you're a Zionist, of course you're not a good Israeli. The only good Israelis are the non-Zionist Israelis. But I'm guessing if Metatech Industries is saying they're one of the good ones, that means they're saying that, or she's saying that, she's an anti-Zionist, which would be the requirement. If you want to be Israeli in this community, you got to be anti-Zionist. It's the only way. It's the only way. You know, it's the only way.
So it's very clear what's been going on, and that is that Israeli settlers have been rampaging around the West Bank, taking property that is occupied by Palestinians. And that is a crime, as you know. It is illegal, and it is condemned by most of the rest of the world. So my question again to you is your intention to...
Condemnations. Is that what I said? I say condemnations? Condemnations. But hey, we'll take condemnations as well.
Cleanse Palestinians from the West Bank. If, as you say, this is your homeland, then presumably you would like to get rid of every Palestinian from the West Bank. You want them all gone, yes?
I see we clash again. The way you express things and the way I express it, of course, from my point of view and from the point of view that you represent at this specific instant. What we do in the land of Israel, and of course on the mountain ridge, is returning from the diaspora after long years of dispersion, and we are building the land that was wasteland at the end of the Ottoman Empire. This is what we do. And the things that you bring here, one number and another number, do not represent the positive Zionistic success of redeeming the land that was desolate when we were not here. This is the real history of modern Zionism. We came to a land that was deserted and we made it a paradise. And
so the 800,000 people to 1 million people that were displaced in the Nakba, where were they living exactly?
The best proof for it is that Arabs from all over the Middle East want very much to come and to be part of this party. And this clashes sometimes with our vision and our plan to establish a state for the Jews and not for Arabs from all over the Middle East.
Right, but your pride in what you're doing, yes, I disagree with your pride in what you're doing, because actually what Israeli settlers are doing in the West Bank is they are breaking...
You disagree with what?
I'm about to tell you that Israeli settlers are breaking the law by taking and rampaging through Palestinian homes, and they are removing Palestinians from their homes. They are, in some cases, killing Palestinians, setting fire to their homes, and they are seizing property and land that is not theirs. That is a crime. So you are perpetrating many crimes on the West Bank,
Piers,
which is an obscenity.
We speak so
Why
much
are you doing
on the program. Listen to me. Listen to me. We speak so much. I invite you to be with me. I'm a very good guide for Judea and Samaria. You can see with your own eyes how the size of property that is still to establish settlements on. Plenty of government property. We do not have to cause any harm to any individual in order to
But you are causing harm.
Building.
And she says government property as if the government of Israel claims that they own that property, that it's fair game to fucking build settlements on that shit. As if that's a fucking defense, you psycho.
The Jewish
You are causing
Come
harm.
along, you will see it with your own eyes.
Daniella Weiss. But Daniella Weiss, you are causing enormous harm. 18 Palestinians have been killed. There are 190 attacks per month in the first 4 months of this year. You are attacking Palestinians almost every single day. So you are causing enormous harm to Palestinians in the West Bank. And many people believe that your real plan is to get rid of all the Palestinians from the West Bank and ultimately Gaza too. Can you tell me, would you like Palestinians to all be removed from the West Bank?
No, this is not this is not the attitude of my religion. As a Jew, I go by the Bible, and I go by Joshua's, the biggest settler ever, by his laws. The people who live in Israel and accept Israeli sovereignty can live. Those who fight us, we fight. Those who do not accept the fact that in the land of Israel, the Jews are the only government, the only sovereign, they cannot stay. So either you accept our sovereignty. If you fight us, we fight, and if you do not accept it, your item before your interview with me was about Morocco coming to Spain, if I'm not mistaken, but it was a bit not clear. But this issue is going on. So every country every nation wants her country to be country for the people of this nation, and I don't understand how you came to such a confusion about it. We want the Jewish state to be for Jews. It is such an obvious, such a clear, such a universal acceptance. So, okay, I repeat
the problem is, the problem is it's obvious to you. It's not obvious to the rest of the world who perceive what you're doing in the West Bank to be crimes. But we're going to leave it there. Daniella Weiss, thank you for coming back on Uncensored.
I mean, Meta, I guess if you just want to clear things up, can you just you can just outright say, I'm an anti-Zionist Israeli. Can you just say in chat, hey, if you want to get some people off your back, just say explicitly, yo, I'm anti-Zionist. And yes, I used to live on colonized land. Can you say those things? I'm anti-Zionist. And yeah, all of Israel is basically colonized land. If you can say that, you got a thumbs up from the chat and from myself. A bit wishy-washy. You know? Do you consider yourself an anti-Zionist? Do you think Zionism is bad? I think people want to hear that. Yeah, Zionism is bad, and I support Palestine. And not Palestinians' right to self-determination, but a one-state solution as well. The actual solution for Israel, the only solution, is not a military solution, it's a political solution. It's a one-state solution. Can you say those things in chat? Because that'll make me more comfortable as well, to be honest with you.
Well, joining me now is a Palestinian Christian pastor, Munter Isaac. Munter Isaac, welcome to Uncensored.
Oh, this guy. I remember this guy. And then we got Norm Finkelstein and Benny Morris.
To debate this is author and political scientist Norman Finkelstein and historian and Professor Benny Morris. Well, welcome to both of you.
Well, it's also the fact that Meta Tech Industries also still watches H3. Like, if you can still watch H3 and have a good time watching that show, when their entire show has been attacking pro-Palestinian content creators and suing pro-Palestinian content creators and reveling in the fact that you're suing them and going to financially ruin them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't watch both of those shows. You can't be part of the H3 community and then be part of this community where, like, my friends are the ones being sued by Ethan, and then be like, I still like H3, I still like Ethan. What do you still like about Ethan? I'd like to hear that as well. What do you still like about Ethan Klein? You know? I feel like if you choose to still watch H3 and engage with H3 non-ironically, like, I'll still watch some H3 episodes for research for the show. Meta Tech Industry says, I'm pretty sure what I say to that effect is clear. Due to the situation, I also have concerns about what I say. I think I'm clear with agreeing to you. Okay. Okay. Listen, we'll leave it at that, you know? We'll leave it at that.
Norman Finkelstein, welcome back to Uncensored. This whole issue of what is going on the West Bank. You know, I've had Daniella Weiss saying that this is merely a case of Jewish people reclaiming their land, nothing to see here, nothing criminal, we're not doing harm.
This woman is a devil.
Harm to anybody, but we just heard obviously from a Palestinian Christian pastor who says the complete opposite, and certainly from the news footage we've seen, it's quite clear that Israeli settlers have been waging a campaign of terror on the West Bank now for a considerable period of time. But
I would say, everybody, just give Meta Tech Industries a break in the chat, okay? We can be mad at the lady that we were watching right now, Daniella Weiss. We can leave Meta Tech Industries alone. I think she knows where we're coming from. She knows what we feel. If she's comfortable being here, knowing how we feel about Israel and how we feel about the H3 podcast, more courage to her, you know? We're not the ones that are going to be swayed by anything. You know, if anything, we might help sway her. So let's be as kind and as generous with our information as possible, you know? You know, you're not going to hear any defense of the situation from me, nothing but horror. That is from Meta Tech Industries. Oh, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. You know what I mean? Some people would like to hear some certain things. If you're not ready to say those things, we hope you believe them, though. We hope you believe them. And, you know, me and my country are directly affected by what Israel is doing. A lot of people in this chat are directly affected by what Israel is doing. Just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't want to give you a hard time.
The international community views as criminal activity. What is your view of what is happening on the West Bank?
My view on what's happening in the West Bank is basically this, that the expulsion of the population in the West Bank and in Gaza is deeply rooted in Zionist ideology. As Benny Morris himself wrote, the idea of transfer, which is just a euphemism for expulsion, the idea of transfer is inherent and inbuilt in the idea of Zionism. And as Benny Morris himself said, the problem...
dude, they're debating for like a full 30-minute debate.
But the Israelis, or the problem with Ben-Gurion, David Ben-Gurion, Israel's first prime minister, the problem with him was that, quote, he didn't complete the job. That's what Mr. Morris said. And also, Mr. Morris has written that that's a tiny spot of land, and there's no room, I'm quoting him, there's no room for two peoples in that land, and that there should be only one people there, one state, a Jewish state. So all of that is not new, but as your previous guest stated, there has been an escalation since October 7th. And that was pretty predictable because, as you know, the cliche, every crisis is also an opportunity. And the Israeli cabinet, not unlike, by the way, my own American government after 9/11, they shed some salty tears. Here I refer both to my government and the Israeli government. They shed some salty tears after the massacres and then rubbed their palms in glee. Here is an opportunity. In the case of my own government, the opportunity was first Afghanistan, then they thought Iraq, then they thought Syria, then they thought Iran. That was their plan, to exploit to the maximum 9/11. In the same way, Israel, since October.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys a choice. It is 10 p.m. almost, so I'm going to take an hour off, I think, just to rest, stuff like that. I'm going to give you guys a choice of what stream I should do. Let's start a poll, shall we? I think I need to stop my other poll. Close. Why can't I start another poll? Did I not? Where's the other poll? Sorry, The other poll never ended. They never gave me a choice to end the other poll. We're not going to watch all of this. It's very long. And apparently Chris Kunzler already reacted to this, so you can go and watch the rest of this, Chris Kunzler. So, by the way, did the AI dog make you less interested in the movie? Yes. Okay, let's end this poll. Let us now start a new poll. What stream should I do next? What stream should I do next? Dark Souls 2 on Tino's Playroom, or Lego build on Tino's Playroom. Add option, members stream here. Okay, so you guys get three choices. I either play Dark Souls 2 on my second channel, build Lego on my second channel, continue building the Star Wars mock, more of this stuff, or a member stream here, which will most likely include building some Lego. Let's go. Poll is live. Poll is live. Click. Clickety click, everybody. Clickety click. I'm giving you back the chances. People are clicking Dark Souls 2. No one wants Lego, huh? Ooh, people are asking for a member stream here, huh? Nobody wants to watch me build Lego, huh, you bastards? You lying bastards. Dark Souls 2 is at 50%. Member stream here is at 40%, and Lego is only at 18%. Let's give this a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to decide what I'm going to eat, or I don't know what I'm going to eat. What time is it? Yeah, it'll be a little bit late, but we'll make it happen. Also, Chris, don't worry, we're gonna play my Lebanese Chris. Chris, هنلعب Dark Souls this week. We're gonna try me, you, and Elias. Hopefully. But if you guys are clicking Dark Souls 2, you better show up to that live stream. Yeah, don't tell me to play Dark Souls and then not show up. If you're clicking play Dark Souls, you better be there. Okay? You better be there. And I'm trying to do a membership drive on the gaming channel. I'm trying to get that gaming channel to at least 50 memberships. And memberships on the gaming channel are cheaper than ever. They're $3 a pop, baby. Let's go. And if you live in Lebanon, it's even cheaper. Yeah, apparently there's different prices. Isn't that great? If you live in Lebanon, getting a membership for this channel is cheaper than it is in the States. They have automatic price differences globally. That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of Chris's, huh? We got a lot of Chris's in this chat. So the votes are up to 36% want me to play Dark Souls on Tino's Playroom. 32% want me to build Lego on Tino's Playroom. And 32% want me to do a members stream right here. I'm not eating shawarma tonight, then. I've had a lot of shawarma. Billy says we had Lego for dinner last time. I did feed you guys Lego. We built a lot of Lego, huh? That was a fucking a very productive build last time. You see those 5 spiders? I built all 5 of those spiders. I built that ship on the right, Obi-Wan Starfighter. I built that. I built that little spider in the front. And then I built that little clone transporter right next to the ship on the right of the screen. So I did all that, and the time before that, I assembled all of those clones. I got that clone army ready to go. Let me go and show off this stuff a little bit. Hello, hello. So yeah, these spiders, I built all 5 of these. These are going to be for the Separatist army, because now I have a problem. I have more clones, you know, than I have Separatists. Now I'm going to have a few more of these. I'm going to have 8 more clones when I unbox my ATTE and my Coruscant Guard gunship. So I'm going to have a total of 44 clones. These are 36. We're going to add 2 more rows, essentially. But there's a lot of clones. I have less of these guys because they don't send as many Separatist people in the battle packs. But I built all 5 of their spiders just to make their army seem more formidable, because the clones are going to have an ATT transporter, which is about like that big, which is going to be built for them. They're going to have a whole other flying ship for them. So they have all the advantages, and they have 5 Jedi Knights fighting with them. So like the Separatists have no shot. You know, there's Obi-Wan, there's Mace Windu, there's Ki-Adi-Mundi, there's Kit Fisto, there's Plo Koon, 5 badass Jedi Knights. So I had to build as much shit as I could for these guys. So they have all 5 spiders. I don't even know if they can fit in the mock, honestly. And I built 5 of these things. Those are pretty cool. Those came in one of the battle packs. So these are going to make them look, anything to make them look a little bit bigger, a little bit more dangerous. So hopefully with all of this stuff, and I have 3 more of these guys that I'm going to be unlocking. So 1 more little row of those guys. I should have had more droids. I don't have enough droids is what I'm noticing now. I have too many super battle droids, but not enough standard battle droids. I should have bought like even fake ones from Amazon or eBay or something. But anyways, next thing I plan on building is going to be like a yellow transporter for the clones. I'm not going to use it, but that's the thing. I'm building stuff that I have nowhere to fucking display. This is where the mock is going to take place, by the way. These are all base plates right here. These aren't bolted down or anything yet. But these are some alien looking plants that I built. You know, there's going to be some plants in between. Well, look at this. Doesn't it already look like a mock? Look at that. They're at war, folks. There's plants. Lovely. I also need to build some big plants. That's going to be exclusive content for Tino's Playroom members. But yeah, let me head back to the other screen. And look at this starship. This is Obi. I literally bought this thing just so I can have the Obi-Wan minifigure, because this was $5 more expensive than just getting the Obi-Wan minifigure. But now I don't know what to do with this thing. I have it parked in front of the cantina, which doesn't align timeline-wise. Unless I can, you know, head canon. Like, hey, yeah, the cantina's been around for decades. So Obi-Wan went there when he was younger, and he went there when he was older. Makes sense. It works. Why not? All right, let's see what the voting has said. Dark Souls 2 is the winner. It's a close one. 38 votes, 37% want to see Dark Souls. So what, 37% of 38 votes, what is that? Like 15 of you? 34% voted for Lego, and 29% voted for a member. Members, don't worry, you're going to have a member stream this week, I promise. So you'll get your exclusive content, I promise you, lovely members. Looks like I'm playing some Dark Souls, huh? Yalla, we'll do it. Emma Mimosa says, I thought I would hate Legos, but this looks fun, to be honest. Yo, building a mock, building an army and shit is fun as shit. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's more fun than building a standard set, because you're building so many parts, and then I'm going to have to... Putting it together is going to be super fun, because that's when we get to have, like, real fun. Like, I'm going to have to position every single clone. I'm going to have some clones jumping, some clones, like, fighting, like, hopping on one of those spiders, positioning a Jedi. I'm going to try to have a Jedi, like, jumping midair with a lightsaber up. I'm going to try to have a Jedi Knight wielding dual lightsabers, like, jumping like this, and, like, trying to destroy one of the spiders. And I have these little transparent plastic pieces to make the Jedi or the clones, like, jump in the air or something, make them look like they're midair. We're going to have so much fun just putting it all together. I still need to build 4 major structures. I still need to build the ATTE transporter. That's at least 1 live stream long. It's going to be like a 4-hour build or something. It's a big build. It's over like 1,500 pieces or something. I have to build the Coruscant Guard gunship, which is also a big build. Those are 2 major builds. Then I need to build 2 large-scale flowers to act as like these alien plant flower type things. Those flowers are going to be built on member streams on the gaming channel on Tino's Playroom. So that's at least 4 more live streams. And then I think I'm going to try to build like a big rock wall at the back. I have some gray slope pieces. I'm going to try to combine them in like random combinations to make like a big rock wall and put some plants on it and stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right, everybody. Dark Souls 2 it is. I'm going to ready a stream. I'm going to get my beak wet a little bit. Okay, I'm going to eat. I'm going to take a break. And then we're back for Dark Souls in exactly 1 hour. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Let me thank everybody who donated today and gifted memberships. You guys are the best. And also, again, to Jay of the Dead. I'm sorry I missed your super chat last time. MMMOza, thank you for that super chat. Mustafa Jaff, thank you for the super chat. Chris, thank you for the super chat. IDF Kills Children, thank you for the gifted. Misty Eve, thank you for the 5 gifted. Hand of Crom 13, thank you for becoming a channel member. We appreciate you. Nogzalato, thank you for that super message and for being a member for 17 months. That's fucking awesome. And Swampy Boy, thank you for that £2 dono and for letting us know that we've converted you from an Asmongold viewer. That's fucking awesome. Everybody else in chat, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. The link to my second channel is pinned in this live chat. So click it, subscribe to Tino's Playroom, get ready. I'll see you there in an hour. Take care. And as always, do not worry.